More often than News Talk KZRG. Heat advisory in effect until 7 o'clock on Thursday, heading for a high of 95. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following KZRG Sports. That'll be at 6:08. 72 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Galena, 75 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG. President Trump says there should be serious consequences for one of his predecessors over the 2016 Russia election interference investigation.
President Trump is echoing claims from his director of national intelligence that former President Obama committed treason over the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference.
After what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard is referring evidence to the Justice Department after releasing a document she claims shows the Obama administration politicized intelligence. A spokesman for former President Obama calls the claims outrageous and bizarre, adding nothing in the document undercuts the widely accepted conclusion Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election. At the White House, Jared Halpern.
More than 100 aid and human rights groups say starvation is spreading across Gaza.
Save the Children and Médecins Sans Frontières are among the organisations who say they are sounding the alarm. They report mass starvation is spreading across Gaza and say working with Israel to distribute aid faces too many obstacles. Israel admits far fewer supplies are reaching Gazans than before, but it points to the aid agencies themselves for not getting it to the people. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says dozens have died of malnutrition in recent days. Jonathan Savage.
Colorado's Attorney General suing a sheriff deputy for sharing information with ICE.
Colorado's Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser announcing the lawsuit against a Mesa County Sheriff's deputy, saying he violated a state law that bars state and local governments from assisting ICE with immigration enforcement efforts. Weiser said the deputy, Alexander Swink, violated state law by sharing driver's license and vehicle registration information with ICE officials, leading to the arrest of a 19-year-old student who had an expired visa. The woman was later transferred to an ICE detention center. Mesa County Sheriff's Office has declined to comment. The federal government is suing Colorado over its new immigration law. Sue Guzman.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, 75 at 6:03, News Talk, KZRG.
The Missouri Supreme Court has issued a major ruling on marijuana sales.
In a 6-1 decision yesterday, the court said that cities and counties cannot stack sales taxes on marijuana products. It overturns a portion of a constitutional amendment that voters approved back in 2022, which did make recreational marijuana legal. The court again says that a city, town, or incorporated village can impose a 3% marijuana tax, but a county may only do the same if the sale happens in an unincorporated part of that area. Hi, I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The dog days of summer continue. Joplin Emergency Management Coordinator Dave Holden says they are here to help you cool off.
We'll open up our cooling centers if there's a heat advisory for 3 consecutive days. That means the temperatures of at least 100 degrees or a heat index of at least 105 degrees are expected within a 24-hour period.
These cooling centers are at City Hall, the Athletic Center, Joplin Health Department, and Public Safety Center. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 75 at 6:04, News Talk, KZRG.
Liberty Utilities want to raise your rates by about 33%. Hundreds showed up to Missouri Southern this week to express their displeasure about that proposal. Nearly every person who stood up to the microphone simply said they can't afford that increase. But Liberty officials say while they understand the pain it may cause your wallet, they claim they've made significant investments into projects to strengthen their system. If approved by the Missouri Public Service Commission, these rates would take effect early next year.
A not-so-sweet announcement from Hershey, which is raising chocolate prices by double digits.
Soaring cocoa costs. That's the reason the Pennsylvania-based candy maker is giving for the price hike. Increases that Hershey describes as unprecedented. Hershey is quick to add that the change is not related to tariffs or trade policies, but because of what it calls rising ingredient costs. Supply shortages are cited as the reason for rising cocoa prices over the past 2 years. Gary Baumgarten.
Now with sports, here's Ted on News Talk KZRG.
The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Brendan Donovan doubled and drove in one in the loss. The Cardinals and Rockies wrap up play today at 2:10. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. Well, remember, Redbirds fans, you can enter for a chance to win the Cardinals VIP Fan Experience prize package now through the 24th, with the winner announced the following Friday. That package, by the way, includes 2 field box tickets for Saturday and Sunday games against the Cubs in early August, with an overnight stay in St. Louis. All the details at newstalkkzrg.com. The Royals lost to the Cubs 6-0. Kansas City and Chicago playing at 1:12 today in Game 3. In Mid-America, the Outlaws cruise past Fort Smith 14-zip in 7 innings. Joplin plays in a twin ball today at Fort Smith with a 6:05 and 8:05 matchup. With sports, I'm Ted Bojorquez on News Talk KZRG.
Your news, a service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Sunny, hot, and dry. A heat advisory until 7 o'clock tomorrow. 95 this afternoon, 104 the heat index. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. Satisfy your sweet tooth at the Sweet Bar with delectable ice cream, your favorite coffees, infused energy drinks, and more. Inside Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, where the fun never stops.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 72 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Baxter Springs, 75 in Joplin, 100 weather updates every 24 hours. News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 6:08.
If you have chest pains, you should see a doctor. If you have hail, you should call Bridgewater Roofing. I'm Jamie Bridgewater. Hail damage could soon lead to a larger problem. So if your roof is in a hailstorm, make Bridgewater Roofing your first call. We are the TAMCO Pro Diamond certified roofer with financing available, and we will help with the insurance headache. Get started at our showroom on 7th Street in Joplin or at bridgewaterroofing.net.
Bridgewater Roofing takes care of you.
He's coming. Here he goes.
Surprise! Your table saw broke! Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket!
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
The Wisdom of the Praying Mantis, Chapter 2.
I will jump into the road,
said the adolescent insect.
No, young grasshopper, do not test the pavement, for you run the risk of being washed away in a hurricane. Car wash.
The praying mantis wisely replied.
I don't understand. How does this happen?
As the insects attempt to cross the grassless divide, a human comes along in an automobile. Many bugs then collide with what is called a bumper. The wise humans then wash away the splattered remains at a place called Hurricane Car Wash. They seem to like it very much. It has an app that allows them to buy memberships to this place and wash their cars as much as they like.
Say goodbye to bug guts at Hurricane Car Wash. Get unlimited daily washes in the soft touch or touch-free bays 24/7 at all 3 of their locations. Download the Touch 4 Wash app today or find out more at hurricanecarwash.net. When the only thing strong enough to fight the dirt is a hurricane. Hurricane Car Wash.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Wednesday morning, halfway through the week as we crawl ever further into the dog days of summer. It's Ted Bojorquez.
It's Steve Scott. Is my mic on?
Yeah, your mic's on.
Can't hear myself on the headset for some reason.
You know what else you can't do?
Well, we're wearing matching shirts. I know that.
What? No, I was going to say you can't see yourself because the mirrors are all behind you, so that way I can see them.
No, but there is a monitor where I can see myself on our live stream, brought to you by
Fast Monkey Auto and Liberty Tree Guns. You can always tune into the KZRG live stream on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube, a.k.a. YouTube. We're sitting at 610. Steve, how's our weather today?
Well, it's going to be Ted again.
Well, oh, it is?
Yeah, Sunny and Ted. Also known as hot. I'm saying that because you say it all the time.
Oh, really? Because in the last handful of days, you're the only one that's been issuing those comments, so you know.
Okay. Sunny and hot is the forecast. The heat advisory is still in effect through at least tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I still have a suspicion it's going to be extended, though. The high today is going to be 95. Heat index as high as 104 for this afternoon. Daily afternoon highs through tomorrow at least are going to be in the upper 90s, mid to upper 90s, with the heat index values between 100 and 105. And now some locations off the Ozark Plateau may see heat index values as high as 105 at times. Now, warm overnight temperatures in the 70s each night provide little relief from the heat. Again, the high today is 95. The heat index could top out as high as 104 for today. Now, tomorrow, sunny and hot with a high once again 95. Heat index could be as high as 103 to 104 again. So it's just rinse and repeat.
Yes, indeed. News Talk KZRG will keep you up to date, as will the Zimmer Storm Center app. Totally free to download in the App Store. Well, we're going to kick you off this morning with some international tariff news. Who would have thought that at 6:12 in the morning you'd be talking tariffs, huh?
I am so impressed.
I'm just stoked about it. President Donald Trump announced this week that the U.S. has reached a trade agreement with the Republic of Indonesia. All right. You know,
I'm so glad to hear that.
I was going to say, I was holding my breath for this Indonesia trade deal.
That's one of our biggest partners, isn't it?
As far as I'm concerned, it's one of my favorite partners. You know, Europe, who needs them? England, whatever. Australia, fine.
China, Japan.
Overrated. The Republic of Indonesia. Let's talk Turkey, shall we?
That's really big.
Yeah. Now, this trade deal eliminates about 99% of the tariff. As you can tell, Steve and I are big Indonesian fans. This trade deal apparently...
they're a nice country, but, I mean, you know...
This trade deal apparently eliminates about 99% of the tariff barriers between us and Indonesia.
Question.
Yes.
What do we get from Indonesia?
I'm glad you asked, Steve. What we get from Indonesia mostly has to do with us selling. We get to sell stuff to Indonesia.
Oh.
Yeah, we also...
that's the reason why.
Yeah, we also get some agricultural products, I believe, from them as well. But, yeah, and then we have some factories. Some of our companies have factories and whatnot.
Okay.
Which is great. Now, the big news, though, is we get to sell to them, which is nice because money. Now, Donald Trump, President of the United States, he took to Truth Social, where he wrote in text form, quote, "It is my great honor to announce our trade agreement with the Republic of Indonesia as represented by their highly respected president."
Oh, go ahead. Say the name. I dare you.
His name, the president's name is Prabowo Subianto.
I don't know if you're correct, but it sounded good.
I know. Steve's challenging me with things he can't fact-check me on, so joke's on you, Steve Areno.
Especially since Google Voice doesn't actually say it correctly. They don't even say your name correctly on Google.
Hey, you know what is really crazy? I don't even say my name correctly.
That's true.
Now, continuing on with President Donald Trump's Truth Social post, quote, "It is agreed that Indonesia will be open market to American industrial and tech products and agricultural goods. by eliminating 99% of their tariff barriers, end quote. Hey, there you go. Look at that.
All right.
Again, it's just nice. We're, having fair trade and also opening up new markets for our companies to sell to. So for people that own companies and businesses that sell internationally, great news for them.
Yeah, big news.
Yeah. Now, Trump said that American-made products to Indonesia will be at a tariff rate of 0%, and Indonesia will be paying 19% on all products shipped to the U.S. So, hey, that's all right.
Yeah.
No problem there. Great news there. Trump went on to say in his Truth Social post, quote, in addition, Indonesia will supply the United States with their precious critical minerals, as well as big deals worth tens of billions of dollars to purchase Boeing aircraft, American farm products, and American energy. The deal is a huge win for our automakers, tech companies, workers, farmers, ranchers, and manufacturers, end quote. And my enunciation there is in line with Donald Trump's affinity for random caps. I think
caps
I like to
some of
think when he's tweeting or truth socialing or whatever, I think his thumbs accidentally hit the caps lock button at various times, and it just fires off because he's so busy. He doesn't have time to go back and fix it or amend the issue. He just says full send. We're going with it.
Well, I still wonder if he's doing that at 3 in the morning on the golden throne in the restroom.
Well, of course. So, in any case, yeah, pretty cool news. This is just, look, to me, more than anything, admittedly, I was being a little sarcastic with my love for Indonesia earlier. I'm pretty agnostic toward Indonesia, don't have very strong feelings, but this is simply another brick laid in the path of good trade policy and good economic development. So just another W.
To quote a famous song, all in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
All in all, is that from the Brickleys?
No, it's from Pink Floyd.
Oh,
all in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
Whoa. I thought Pink Floyd was here right now.
You're being sarcastic.
What? When have I ever been sarcastic?
Never mind.
We're sitting at the news time just before 6:20. Switching gears here on you. This week, around 3 in the morning, officers from the Parsons Police Department, they got a call about a suspicious person on Belmont Ave in Parsons. Now, that call basically was about a guy that was looking sus. Do you know what that phrase means, Steve?
Let me think. Sus.
Yeah.
It sounds almost like an abbreviation for suspect.
But very close.
Or suspicion.
Suspicious. Yeah. He was looking sus. Apparently, he was cruising around on his bicycle.
No cap.
He was cruising around on his bike in Parsons at 3 in the morning, and attached to his bike was a cart that he was towing. And apparently, this individual, he was snooping around some vacant houses, and somebody saw him and went, don't like the look of that. So they called the cops. When the police showed up, this dude instantly booked it. Nothing screams, I'm innocent, quite like seeing a cop and sprinting in the opposite direction.
Was that because he had too much Riz?
Yeah. No, Steve. When girls start chasing you and you have to run, then you have too much Riz.
Okay.
When the cops start chasing you and you have to run,
that's because you have too much Raz.
You have too many felony warrants. That's your issue there. Anyway, basically, this guy was arrested. He did, in fact, this guy was apparently a repeat offender. He has been arrested for 2015. He was arrested, I believe, in 2023 as well. Throughout the ages here in the past 10 years or so, this guy was busted for distribution of narcotics, and he's required to register as an offender through 2036. So
maybe longer after this arrest. You never know.
Right, exactly. After running from police, he's now being charged by the Labette County District Court with various things, including evading law enforcement, interference with law enforcement, and battery of an officer that got into a bit of a kerfuffle. So there you have it. Local PDs doing what they can when they can to ensure that some of these repeat offenders are not repeating or offending. Now, I would like to note, I saw this really interesting paper that was written I subscribe to a magazine called Ted Monthly, And it's a bunch of various TEDs throughout the country that like to exchange TEDisms and TED-esque ideas.
Do they do their hair for their profile page the same way you do yours with a brush that you flip it out?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very intricate, very long, arduous system. I get up at 1 a.m. to work on my hair for 4 hours every morning. But in any case, one of the issuings within this TED publication was they were talking about the phrase repeat offender might need to be more specific moving forward. What exactly does that mean? For instance, Steve repeatedly offends me every single morning that I talk to him with his dad jokes and his overall apathy towards the TED plight. No?
No.
All right.
That's why I was yawning.
KZRG News Time, 6:20.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Now it's time for his payback. Number 3. A man from New York allegedly made homemade bombs, which he planned to use throughout New York City, placing them on rooftops and train tracks. Thanks to the quick work of law enforcement, they were able to arrest the threat without incident.
Number 2.
The U.S. and Japan reaching a $500 billion trade deal, with President Trump said it will create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Under this agreement, Japan will open their country to trade in cars and agricultural products. They will also pay a reciprocal tariff of 15%.
Number 1.
We still don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs and the Royals will stay in the Show Me State or will hop the border to Kansas. Chiefs President Mark Donovan said the franchise has had more meetings and discussions surrounding the topic, but the ball is in their court. I thought it'd be on their field in this case, because they play on fields.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on CBS canceling Colbert? We want to know, is this the biggest story in the country or even on planet Earth? Or is this just celebrity gossip to you? It's just celebrity gossip to me. But people are talking about it, so we want to hear your thoughts. Go to KZRG's Facebook page. You can also leave us an open mic message on the new and improved KZRG app. Coming up, we're going to take a look. We're going to listen to what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. Will cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
At Access Family Care, we are aware of how important it is to have great health care in rural Missouri. We are so excited to be expanding our services to Monette to better serve Berry and Lawrence County. We have a brand new medical clinic open at 815 North Lincoln Avenue, right next door to the old St. Vincent's Hospital, what used to be Cox Monette. Come see us. For more information, go to accessfamilycare.org, where we are working hard to keep you healthy for great health care prevention from cancer to HIV to diabetes. Make an appointment with us today.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowes.com/delivery for more details.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
There are things that seemingly cannot be improved upon. We love the beauty of something timeless, but our online brand isn't one of them. We're Zimmer Marketing. We recently decided it was time for our own online self-reflection, because building the best websites in the 4 states should start with our own. Check out the all-new ZimmerMarketing.com. We carefully comb through every detail to build a site that does everything we need it to do, working to help our clients and staff easily begin their branding journey, and new features to give users the best experience, answer all of their questions, and tell our story. And we can do the same for you. We designed ZimmerMarketing.com specifically for us, and we continue to improve it every day. What do you want your site to do? See what's possible for your brand. Get started today at ZimmerMarketing.com. Zimmer Marketing. It just works.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Hershey said it is raising prices on its candies by double-digit numbers because of historically high cocoa costs. The increase reflects a higher list price as well as adjustments to the weight and number of candies in each bag, a practice known as shrinkflation. CNBC reports President Trump met with Jeff Bezos at the White House last week. Bezos has cozied up to President Trump during his second term in the White House. Bezos competes with Elon Musk, who had a dramatic falling out with Trump through their space ventures. AI startups raised more than $104 billion in the U.S. in the first half of the year, nearly matching all of 2024. Startups, including AI applications, are seeing much more activity by volume, but the dollar amounts are lower than at the infrastructure and AI model layers. Most exits have been bolt-on acquisitions, with CoreWeave's IPO at the end of the first quarter being the rare exception. Futures are moderately higher after President Trump announced a trade deal with Japan. That's Your Money Now.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just before 6:30, Ted Bojorquez
and Steve Scott.
News Talk KZRG, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Chris Plant, the Chris Plant Show anyway. They'll be joining us at 9 this morning. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11. Steve, how is our weather today?
Sunny and hot. We're expecting a high of 95. Heat index could top out as high as 104 for today, according to KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Tonight, mostly clear down to 75. Tomorrow, sunny and hot with a high of 96. Might be 97 if I remember correctly. With the heat index value, it could be a little bit higher, 104, 105, somewhere in that range. It's basically the same way. Repeat and rinse and repeat. Sunny and hot on Friday. High on Friday, 98 actual temperature. Sunny and hot on Saturday with a high near 95 again. Sunny and hot on Sunday, 94, and sunny and hot 95 on Monday. Tuesday, sunny and hot 96. That's the way it is. It's getting to be the dog days of summer already, and we're not even into August.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So stay hydrated, stay cool, stay classy, and, of course, check on each other. Check on your neighbors, your loved ones, your enemies, your frenemies, your denemies. Is that a thing? Is a denemy a thing?
I don't think so, but make sure you check on the elderly. They like donuts as soon as they get up, so when you check on them, make sure to bring donuts. No, it's actually check on the elderly. Make sure that they have air conditioning in their vehicles or in their homes.
Well, that was a nice, subtle way of Steve asking you to bring him donuts this morning.
How'd you ever guess? Except for it wasn't too subtle.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, coming up during the news and more in a rather extended fashion after the news. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his administration now accusing Obama of treason. We have that coming up on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
105.9 AM 1310 News Talk KZRG.
1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk KZRG. 1310 News Talk
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Obama and Russia collusion.
Hunger in Gaza.
Colorado sheriff sued for ICE cooperation. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG, heat advisory in effect until 7 o'clock tomorrow. Probably going to be extended after that. Heading for a high of 95. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 6:38. It's 72 in Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Webb City, 75 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk KZRG. President Trump says there should be serious consequences for one of his predecessors over the 2016 Russia election interference investigation.
President Trump is echoing claims from his director of national intelligence that former President Obama committed treason over the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference.
After what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard is referring evidence to the Justice Department after releasing a document she claims shows the Obama administration politicized intelligence. A spokesman for former President Obama calls the claims outrageous and bizarre, adding nothing in the document undercuts the widely accepted conclusion Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election. At the White House, Jared Halpern.
More than 100 aid and human rights organizations say starvation is spreading across Gaza.
Save the Children and Médecins Sans Frontières are among the organizations who say they are sounding the alarm. They report mass starvation is spreading across Gaza and say working with Israel to distribute aid faces too many obstacles. Israel admits far fewer supplies are reaching Gazans than before, but it points to the aid agencies themselves for not getting it to the people. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says dozens have died of malnutrition in recent days. Jonathan Savage.
Colorado's Attorney General suing a sheriff's deputy for sharing information with ICE.
Colorado's Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser announcing the lawsuit against a Mesa County sheriff's deputy, saying he violated a state law that bars state and local governments from assisting ICE with immigration enforcement efforts. Weiser said the deputy, Alexander Swink, violated state law by sharing driver's license and vehicle registration information with ICE officials, leading to the arrest of a 19-year-old student who had an expired visa. The woman was later transferred to an ICE detention center. Mesa County Sheriff's Office has declined to comment. The federal government is suing Colorado over its new immigration law. Sue Guzman.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk KZRG 75 at 6:33.
Some special recognition for some local athletes. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
Volleyball players at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College are superior athletes on the field, but they're also hotshots in the classroom. Now the team has earned the America Volleyball Coaches Association Team Academic Award. They recorded an overall GPA of 3.44 for the 2024-2025 academic year. NEO Volleyball head coach Sarah Wall says they're one of only 16 NJCAA teams in the nation to earn the AVCA Team Academic Award. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Community Blood Center of the Ozarks will be holding a blood drive this Friday from 10 to 4. It's going to be held at the Joplin Public Safety Training Center. Michelle Teeter tells News Talk KZRG.
Community Blood Center of the Ozarks has teamed up with the Joplin First Responders, Police Department, the Fire Department, and the EMS Department. They're hosting a blood drive, and it's kind of a friendly competition. They are battling it out for a trophy and bragging rights. When you donate, you get to vote for your favorite first responder agencies.
Full information at newstalkkzrg.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310, 75 at 634, News Talk KZRG.
Missouri Republicans want transparency regarding Jeffrey Epstein. U.S. Senator Josh Hawley for the Show Me State says it's about time we hear the truth.
The DOJ should release whatever they can, whatever is not under court order and sealed. And personally, I think they ought to go to court and ask the court to unseal everything possible. That to me is the right course here. I mean, let's have transparency and get all of this out into the public so that we can finally put the Epstein chapter behind us.
Southwest Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson says he supports a special prosecutor or congressional investigation into the Epstein files, but President Trump seems opposed to that notion.
Match Game returns with Martin Short as host and a star-studded panel.
Match Game is back for the first time since 2021, and this time, comedy icon Martin Short is taking over as host. It premieres at 9 Eastern on ABC. Short will also serve as executive producer. He replaces Alec Baldwin, who hosted from 2016 to 2021. Each week, 4 contestants compete for a chance to win $25,000 by matching wits with 6 celebrities in the iconic fill-in-the-blank format. The celebrity lineup includes Short's Only Murders in the Building co-stars Selena Gomez, Beanie Feldstein, and Cara Delevingne, along with familiar faces from the Baldwin era of Match Game, Michelle Polino.
Now with sports, here's Ted on News Talk KZRG.
The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Brendan Donovan doubled and drove in one. And the loss, the Cardinals and Rockies wrap up play today at 2:10. You can hear that game on our sister station AM 1230, The Talker. Hey, remember, Redbirds fans, you can enter for a chance to win the Cardinals VIP Fan Experience prize package now through the 24th, with the winner announced the following Friday. Now, that package includes 2 field box tickets for Saturday and Sunday games against the Cubs in early August and an overnight stay in St. Louis. All the details at newstalkkzrg.com. Meanwhile, the Royals, they lost to the Cubs 6-0. Kansas City and Chicago playing at 1:20 today in Game 3. In Mid-America, the Joplin Outlaws cruise past Fort Smith 14-0 in just 7 innings. Joplin plays in a twin ball today at Fort Smith with a 6:05 and 8:05 matchup. With sports, I'm Ted Bojorquez on News Talk KZRG.
Your news, the service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn at 708 South Main in Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 7 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. Will cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing no rain in the 4-state area. 72 in Neosho with sunshine, 72 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Diamond, 75 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG, where you get 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:38.
We need to replace the flooring immediately. It's worn out and embarrassing.
No, the AC should take priority.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. Hey, I'm going to be honest with you guys today. Really sorry, Lucas is out sick, unfortunately, and Steve Smith isn't here today either. And so Steve and I, we were having technical difficulties as well this morning, and there were a couple of other issues with our software and whatnot. So Steve's going to be running in and out of the studio today, working on some of the things that usually Lucas does behind the scenes that you guys don't really see and aren't privy to. And I'm trying to organize some of the stuff on this end, so we're not going to be super talkative this morning with you, unfortunately. I am very sorry about that. That being said, we still got great news all day, and we'd still really like for you guys to stick around. But I did just want to be completely honest with you guys. Not super talkative today, but we appreciate you.
Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
Dog Training 101, page 1. Let's see. Sit. That should be easy. Okay, Fido, sit. Sit. Ugh, that's not working. Let me look at the diagram. What? How did you... Fido, come back. Come. Oh, we haven't learned that yet.
Whether you just brought home a new puppy or your older dog is ready for more advanced training, All Dogs Dream offers a variety of training courses. Group classes meet every Friday or Saturday night at 6:30 for 6 consecutive weeks. Obedience training, leash training, recall, all of your basic commands. And if your pet just needs a little extra help, try a single private lesson. If your furry friend already spends time at All Dogs Dream, they can train while they stay. It's 3 training sessions per day while attending daycare or boarding, or they can learn a trick of the month. All Dogs Dream, just north of Neosho on Gateway Drive. Find more info about training classes online at alldogsdream.com. Let your dog stay, play, and learn with us at All Dogs Dream.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
There have been business owners that were highly critical of the process and very leery about jumping all in and having a transformation with us. And those business owners now are referring businesses to us because it was so highly successful for them and their company. I'm Jeanette Lehue, and I am here at Zimmer Marketing to help grow your business. We truly care about the person and about their business. I feel like we don't just sell something and forget about it. I feel like the clients that we work with are successful because we help them tell their story. We get to know you, and we really have a team of people to make sure their message is heard. We aren't just trying to sell you a package, so we will customize a branding plan for your business. It just works. Get started on your transformation today at ZimmerMarketing.com.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Ted Bojorquez,
Steve Scott,
and our third host today is the heat. How hot's it going to be, Steve?
It is going to be so hot. Actual high today, 95, with the heat index topping out as high as 104. Tomorrow, 97. Friday, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith is saying 98 will be the actual high, with the heat indexes above 100. So that's the reason why we have a heat advisory in effect through at least tomorrow night at 7. I suspect very strongly it's going to be extended. Just a gut feeling, if you understand what I mean. Overnight lows are going to be in the mid-70s throughout the 4 states, which means that at night you're not going to be able to just open up your windows and enjoy the cool weather, because it's not going to be cool enough to be sleep weather, to sleep very soundly, because of how it doesn't help get rid of all the heat during the day.
Yeah, News Talk KZRG, we're going to be keeping a close eye on that for you. All things heat, all things weather, with the Zimmer Storm Center app, totally free to download in the App Store. Hey, don't forget Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. They are joining us starting at 11 today, as they do every single weekday. They're going to be joined with famed Republican Rand Paul. I guess he's kind of a libertarian, kind of a Republican.
Well, he's officially a Republican, but he's a libertarian Republican.
Yeah, I suppose so. So they're going to be speaking with Senator Rand Paul about a number of issues having to do with this country. That's coming up at 11. Stay tuned for that. Well, we had it in the last newscast, but I wanted to dive in a little bit deeper on this, and that is Donald Trump now accusing former President Barack Obama of treason. Now, this is coming as Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard released a series of documents that she said implicate members of the Obama administration with treasonous behavior relating to the 2016 election. Now, take a little listen to, I want to play an audio for you of President Donald Trump talking about this. Now, this is about a minute long. Take a listen to what the president has to say on this issue.
Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking a new interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, and did you urge the Attorney General to seek one?
I don't know anything about it. I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 of the election. They tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly, and Biden was there with him, and Comey was there, and Clapper, the whole group was there. Brennan, they were all there in a room. But the leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. And it's the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever read. So you ought to take a look at that and stop talking about nonsense, because this is big stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, very much wow. That's quite a charge. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it is true, but wow.
Oh, no, my wow wasn't at the charge. It was at his excellent use of the word obfuscate. I haven't heard that word before.
Oh, baloney, you've used it.
Oh, sorry, Steve. Was I obfuscating this conversation?
Yes, you sure were.
What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
I think that there's probably some truth to it. There's probably some truth that we don't know, because I'm sure some of it's being withheld. I do actually remember some of this information being discussed before on some of the shows, including Clay and Buck and also Sean Hannity, before this charge came up forward officially through Tulsi Gabbard.
And by the way, you can always listen to both of those shows here at News.KZRG Monday through Friday.
Because if you remember correctly, the one lady, I can't remember her name right now, but she was in the Obama
Joe
administration.
Mama?
No.
Oh,
She wrote a memorandum of the last meeting that was basically saying we were told to go buy the book and all this. So that was part of it. And it kind of points out some of the information that Trump was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, look, we'll see. I'm waiting for the evidence to be released. To be honest, I think when the president says we caught Obama cold, we got him dead to rights, I have a sneaking suspicion that's hyperbole. The same, you know what I mean?
Could be.
I have a sneaking suspicion the same way that he's going to end the war in Ukraine on day one was hyperbole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Could
same.
be like the way that the Democrats said that they had Trump dead to the right.
Exactly.
On everything
It's
else.
hyperbole. The Democrats do it. Republicans do it. Trump, I think, is the king of hyperbole. I think we can all agree on that. He's great at it.
He's huge.
Huge. I think it's just hyperbole. The same way.
Maybe, may not be. We don't know.
We don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath on it. I have a sneaking suspicion, though, this is going to be very similar playbook to the Epstein files, where they make this big announcement and they stir up a lot of really exciting news coverage and really exciting announcements about it. And then slowly but surely, we're just not going to get it. And it's going to get dragged out. And then eventually people are going to get tired of talking about it, forget about it, and it's never, ever going to actually be released. I feel like that's what's going to end up happening with this.
I have mixed feelings about that. I think it might be something that gets drawn out for the entire presidency of Donald Trump this go around.
And then in the end, I don't think we're actually going to end up seeing anything out of it.
We may.
We may not. And by the way, if I'm wrong, first off, I hope we do. I hope we do see something out of it. I hope I am wrong. The same way I hope I'm wrong about getting the Epstein files. I'm starting to think we're never actually going to see those. I hope I'm wrong about it. But if I am wrong, Stephen, this is my promise to you, sincere promise. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get a custom-made pink fluffy shirt with a boa on it that just said Ted is wrong. And I will wear it every day for 2 months if I am wrong about this Obama thing. Now, to specify, I do not think they actually have Obama dead to rights. And I think when Trump says that, it's hyperbole. Now, when Tulsi Gabbard releases the files and it turns out we do have Obama dead to rights on treason, as the president said, then I'll wear that shirt because I'm wrong. If that isn't what happens, sorry.
You know, I don't think what you just said is totally real. I think what would have been much more effective would have been if you would have said that you would have eaten a McRib for 2 months every day.
Blah.
That would have made it even more real.
Then the stakes would have been really high.
Pink fluffy shirt would actually probably look pretty good on you.
Well, Steve, look, buddy.
Not for
Let
me.
me tell you something,
Not
pal.
for me, but the girls would love it.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something, pal. It's hard to find something that doesn't look good on me, okay? Oh, my gosh, I might have killed Steve by accident. KZRG News Time, 6:50.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
A man from New York allegedly made homemade bombs, which he planned to use throughout New York City, placing them on rooftops and train tracks. Thanks to the quick work of law enforcement, they were able to arrest the threat without incident.
Number 2.
The U.S. and Japan reaching a $550 billion trade deal, which President Trump said will create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Under this agreement, Japan will open their country to trade in cars and agricultural products. They'll also pay a reciprocal tariff of 15%.
Number 1.
We still don't know if the Chiefs and the Royals will stay in the Show Me State or hop over to Kansas. Chiefs President Mark Donovan said the franchise has had more meetings and discussions surrounding the topic, but the ball is on the 50-yard line.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on CBS canceling Colbert? A big deal, not a big deal? Do you care? Do you not care? Is it about time? Are you sad? What are your thoughts? Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. Coming up at 9, Chris Plant. Coming up next, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can always tune in to Sean Hannity every single weekday starting at 2 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. Will cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Well, there it is. Another fella trying to YouTube his way through a panel change.
I thought red was positive and black was also positive.
Jack, that's not a car battery. That's 200 amps of You're Gonna Meet Jesus. Folks, I'm Daniel Ipock from Ipock Electric, and here is Jack, my daughter's boyfriend and my part-time cautionary tale.
I'm fine. It just tingles when I blink.
Listen, when it comes to electrical, don't be that guy trying to fix a breaker with a butter knife. Call a professional at Ipock Electric and Solar. We do it right the first time. Whether it's fixing mystery outlets, adding patio lights, or installing a whole backup generator so your fridge don't melt during the next storm.
And we'll leave your eyebrows right where you found them.
So unless you like that extra crispy smell floating through your house,
or you want your cousin Carl the handyman knocking out the power for the whole neighborhood, you should iPock it with Ipock Electric and Solar.
call us at 417-437-2905 or find us at ipockelectric.com. That's IPOCK electric.com.
Is your smile summer ready? Whether you're posing for vacation photos or relaxing on the lake, make sure your smile shines with help from Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics. Dr. Hamby is a certified Invisalign Gold provider, offering expert care and personalized treatment to give you the confident smile you deserve. From professional whitening to advanced Invisalign services, we're here to help you look and feel your best all summer long. Visit mdco.dental to learn more and book your appointment today. Modern Dentistry and Cosmetics, where cosmetic dentistry meets radiance.
Hi, this is Alan with Wayside Furniture in Joplin, Missouri. If you've never shopped at Wayside Furniture, we'd love to have you stop in and let us show you our fantastic inventory of name brand furniture. We have all the top names like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Jackson, Bassett, and Flexsteel, just to name a few. We have over 100 recliners in stock now, including over 24 power lift chairs. We have a huge inventory of living room groups, sectionals, sleeper sofas, coffee and end tables, and much, much more. We even have a complete bedding department featuring Spring Air and Simmons, and our top-of-the-line Chatham and Wells. And best of all, anything you buy from our huge showroom floor can be taken home the same day, or we offer free area delivery. That's right, free area delivery and free financing. Stop in and see why Wayside Furniture has been voted the favorite furniture store in the four-state area for the last 12 years in a row. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. North Main and Fountain Road in Joplin.
Julie from Van Beesler Greenhouse and Feed Store talks about how they can help you with your garden this summer.
We have lots of people coming in and asking, what should I plant? Where should I plant it? And we're happy to answer those questions. We're happy to point you in the right direction. A common question we have is, why do my tomatoes get a rotten spot on them after they mature? That is called blossom end rot, and that is due to a lack of calcium. Come see us because there are other remedies that are quick-acting liquids that you can apply to correct that issue. I think that education is huge, and trust me, after these many, many years here of running this greenhouse, there is some experience with all the combined employees that work here, and we're happy to share. You will not believe your eyes when you walk in our greenhouses and see the beautiful, healthy plants that we have growing and the waves of color. It's astonishing.
Find everything you need for your lawn and garden, plus 4 generations of gardening experience at Van Beesler Greenhouse and Feed Store, just east of Pittsburgh on Highway 126.
Ready to turn your passion for healing into a career? Hi, I'm Paige Merriman, admissions coordinator at City Point Beauty Academy. Our massage therapy program is designed to give students hands-on training, educate them on our business curriculum, while teaching them the latest techniques and trends to prepare them for success as a licensed massage therapist. Classes are filling up fast, so call 417-673-8828 today to get a tour scheduled or enroll on our website, citypointbeauty.com. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The FBI did not review thumb drives containing potentially significant evidence while investigating Hillary Clinton's private email server, according to this classified report. FBI draft memo, May of 2016, stating reviewing the thumb drives would be necessary to conduct a thorough and complete investigation, including assessing national security risks associated with the private server, yet the agency never finalized the memorandum or submitted this request to the department, according to this document released by Senator Chuck Grassley of the Senate Judiciary Committee. They purposely set this whole thing up.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, how many times have you told someone, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Now, that's great advice for most things, but not so much for your cell phone. Look, likely over time, the battery will fade, the processor can't keep up, and maybe it's even fallen in the toilet one too many times. Now, fortunately, thanks to Pure Talk, your cell phone is something you can replace without feeling guilty. When you switch to Pure Talk this month, they're going to give you a Samsung Galaxy A36 for free with a $35 qualifying plan. Just $35 a month for talk and text and data, and a free Samsung phone with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that lasts all day. It's all on America's most dependable 5G network. Look, supporting companies like Pure Talk is a good thing. To switch, it is simple, it is fast, it is easy. You dial pound 250, say the keyword SAVE NOW to get your free phone today. That's pound 250, keyword SAVE NOW. Make the switch to my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Ted Bojorquez.
Steve Scott.
News Talk KZRG. It's going to be a hot one today. Once again, Steve, just how hot is it going to be?
95 for the predicted high with lots of sunshine. Heat index as high as 104. But the heat just keeps going on. The heat advisory in effect through at least 7 o'clock tomorrow night. But again, I believe it's probably going to be going on even longer because the actual high for Friday, they're talking about 98. The heat index will be higher than that. So that's what we have to look forward to. In fact, it's going to be sunny and hot all the way through Tuesday every single day.
Yes, indeed. Short sleeves, probably a good call.
Probably.
Shade and not alcohol. Also probably a good call because alcohol
Lots of
dehydrates
water,
you.
Lots of Gatorade and Powerade and other aids.
All the aids, all of them, every single one of them. Might want to consider.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up after the news in about 10 minutes here. At around 7:10, we're going to be joined by Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins, who is standing up against the Missouri State Tax Commission. We're going to be getting all those details coming up next on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. And coming up at 11 is Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. They're going to be speaking with Republican Kentucky Senator Rand Paul about some of the things going on in the Trump administration. On News Talk KZRG, good morning.
The four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin, a free service of Zimmer Market.
At 7 o'clock, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Obama and Russia collusion.
Hunger in Gaza.
Colorado sheriff sued for ICE cooperation. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heat advisory until at least 7 o'clock on Thursday night. 95 for the high today. 104 the possible heat index today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That will be at 7:08. Sunshine, 72 Neosho, 72 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Carthage, 75 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG. President Trump says there should be serious consequences for one of his predecessors over the 2016 Russia election interference investigation.
President Trump is echoing claims from his director of national intelligence that former President Obama committed treason over the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference.
After what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard is referring evidence to the Justice Department after releasing a document she claims shows the Obama administration politicized intelligence. A spokesman for former President Obama calls the claims outrageous and bizarre, adding nothing in the document undercuts the widely accepted conclusion Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election. At the White House, Jared Halpern.
More than 100 aid and human rights groups say starvation is spreading across Gaza.
Save the Children and Médecins Sans Frontières are among the organizations who say they are sounding the alarm. They report mass starvation is spreading across Gaza and say working with Israel to distribute aid faces too many obstacles. Israel admits far fewer supplies are reaching Gazans than before, but it points to the aid agencies themselves for not getting it to the people. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says dozens have died of malnutrition in recent days. Jonathan Savage.
Colorado's Attorney General suing a sheriff's deputy. Why? For sharing information with ICE.
Colorado's Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser announcing the lawsuit against a Mesa County Sheriff's deputy, saying he violated a state law that bars state and local governments from assisting ICE with immigration enforcement efforts. Weiser said the deputy, Alexander Swink, violated state law by sharing driver's license and vehicle registration information with ICE officials, leading to the arrest of a 19-year-old student who had an expired visa. The woman was later transferred to an ICE detention center. Mesa County Sheriff's Office has declined to comment. The federal government is suing Colorado over its new immigration law. Sue Guzman.
Sunshine 75 at 7:03. News Talk KZRG.
The Missouri Supreme Court has issued a major ruling on marijuana sales.
In a 6-1 decision yesterday, the court said that cities and counties cannot stack sales taxes on marijuana products. It overturns a portion of a constitutional amendment that voters approved back in 2022, which did make recreational marijuana legal. The court again says that a city, town, or incorporated village can impose a 3% marijuana tax, but a county may only do the same if the sale happens in an unincorporated part of that area. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The dog days of summer continuing. Heat index topping out around 105. The city of Joplin has opened its cooling centers around town. Public Information Officer Lynn Onstadt says they are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. at
City Hall, 602 South Main, Joplin Health Department, which is at 321 East 4th, Donald Clark Public Safety Center, which is at 303 East 3rd, our police and fire station areas. Joplin Athletic Complex, 3301 West 1st Street. So as people are out and about and may not have a place to cool off, they are welcome to come in. Of course, when they're there, we do ask for, courteous behavior.
The hot temperatures are likely to continue all the way until the end of July, so be heat smart. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 76 now with sunshine at 7:05. News Talk, KZRG.
A man from Joplin has been indicted for being a felon in possession of a gun. 22-year-old Andrew Reed. He was first arrested back in February after he opened fire in the Bar District in downtown Joplin. While there were no injuries at that shooting, Reed's gunfire did damage at least 2 cars and 2 buildings. Reed has prior felony convictions and is prohibited from possessing any guns.
A not-so-sweet announcement from Hershey Chocolate Company, which is raising chocolate prices, by double digits.
Soaring cocoa costs. That's the reason the Pennsylvania-based candy maker is giving for the price hike. Increases that Hershey describes as unprecedented. Hershey is quick to add that the change is not related to tariffs or trade policies, but because of what it calls rising ingredient costs. Supply shortages are cited as the reason for rising cocoa prices over the past 2 years. Gary Baumgarten.
Hey, Steve, you want to hear a joke?
Oh, boy.
What does Hershey's Chocolate and Liberty Utilities have in common?
Double-digit rate increases?
Trying to raise the prices by double digits.
Oh, boy. Now with sports, here's Ted, I think, on News Talk, KZRG.
The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Brendan Donovan doubled and drove in one in the loss. The Cardinals and Rockies wrap up late tonight at 2:10. You can always listen to that game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Hey, remember, Redbird fans, if you can enter for a chance to win the Cardinals VIP Fan Experience prize package now through the 24th, with the winner being announced on the following Friday. That package, of course, includes 2 field box tickets for Saturday and Sunday games against the Cubs in early August with an overnight stay in St. Louis. For all the details, go to newstalkkzrg.com. The Royals, by the way, they also lost to the Cubs 6-4. Kansas City and Chicago playing at 1:20 today in Game 3 in Mid-America action. The Joplin Outlaws cruised past Fort Smith 14-0 in 7 innings. Joplin plays in twin ball today at Fort Smith with a 6:05-8:05 matchup. With sports, I'm Ted Bojorquez on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, KZRG.
Your news, the service of Galena and Liberty Pond. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena and Liberty Pond, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 7:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Sunny, hot, and dry. A heat advisory until 7 o'clock tomorrow. 95 this afternoon, 104 the heat index. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. Satisfy your sweet tooth at the Sweet Bar with delectable ice cream, your favorite coffees, infused energy drinks, and more. Inside Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, where the fun never stops.
Nada showing on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar this morning. 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh. It's 76 in Galena, 76 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time 7:08.
This is Jeff with Homestead Structures. If you're looking to build your barn-dominium, house, or your dream garage, we need to talk. It's very important to us at Homestead that you're informed, educated, and avoid mistakes. That's why we take the time to understand you, your wants and needs, and can design the perfect custom space you deserve. We would love to be your building partner, but even if you have a builder, let's visit just to make sure you're started on the right path. Learn more at homesteadstructures.org. Happy building.
He's coming. Here he goes.
Surprise! Your table saw broke! Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
I remember when I was put into this house. I'm Wendy Window. Let me tell you something, kids. There's two kinds of old in this world. There's the seasoned, experienced, savvy kind of old, the kind that knows how to use their wisdom and stay young. And then there's the old like me, musty, crusty. You can't move anymore. People look at you and go, ooh.
Does your home have crusty old windows? Hey, it's Chris.
And Zach. We're the window guys from Windows and More. Old windows? Not good.
Old window manufacturers?
Those good.
At Windows and More, we buy from a window manufacturer that has been in business for over 80 years.
So you know you're getting a product from a company who knows what they are doing. Plus, new windows can help you save dead presidents when it comes to your energy bills.
See our huge showroom at 976 North Central City Road in Joplin, or find us online at windowsandmore.llc.
Never settle for less. The choice is clearly Windows and More. We good.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. We're sitting at a news time of 7:11. Not just a great time, also a great place to get a Slurpee. I know they're not around the 4 states area, but hey, if you're traveling, stop in. They're awesome. Joining us live this morning, not to talk about Slurpees, but to talk about real news, is Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins. Cheryl, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I really appreciate your time this morning, Cheryl, and I was very excited to have you in the studio to talk with us this morning because you've recently made some headlines as the Newton County Assessor because the Missouri State Tax Commission Board wants you to lift Newton County residents' tax evaluations by 12%, and you said no.
Correct.
Tell us what is going on here. How did this situation spark?
Well, by statute, we're supposed to be within 90 to 110% of market value. I stayed in the 90% range forever and never had a problem in it until COVID hit. And when COVID hit the market, it just skyrocketed. And we couldn't keep up with it without hurting everybody's income. And we all had the feeling that when COVID went away, the values would come back to us, which they're starting to drop. Not as fast as they went up, but they're starting to. So since that happened, the majority of us came out of compliance, and the State Tax Commission this year just decided, well, we're just going to make everybody raise their values. So there was 80 out of 114 assessors that all received a letter of memorandum of understanding. So that MOU ranged anywhere from 12 to 15% depending on the county on getting their values up. I currently sit at like 77 to 80%. So we went up a little bit, but not where they wanted me to. But I refuse to do a 12% straight across the board. The county can't afford it right now.
Yeah. It's Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins here on News Talk KZRG. So Cheryl, to take a step back here a little bit, for those that aren't familiar with this process, when the county assesses property values, what exactly does that mean? What are we talking about here?
The way Newton County does it is we look at replacement costs, and we use the market sales studies to do the replacement cost of the home. So that if your home was completely destroyed and FEMA come in, you want to make sure that value is where you're comfortable for FEMA to replace it with. There's, you've got insurance that covers a lot, but sometimes you have different instances where your insurance doesn't. Sometimes at Act of Nature, your insurance says, nope, we don't cover that. And now you got to get FEMA to help you.
Right.
So you need the value up because FEMA uses our numbers.
I see. So Cheryl, if you did comply with the state board per their request and you raised, as Newton County assessor, residents' tax valuations by 12%, then basically what you're saying is that their taxes would go up by 12%. Is that right?
The way I look at it, yeah. I mean, basically you're going to get a 12% increase. I mean, that's the way it is on everything. They state that no, it would not be. It would not go up more than what the CPI is of 2.91, but it's not going to work that way. You buy a $100 item, your taxes are at a set price. You buy a $200 item, your taxes are double.
Right.
It's going to go up with the value.
Yeah. Now, Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins here on News Talk KZRG talking about her standing up against the Missouri State Tax Commission Board's request. They had threatened to withhold money to Newton County. Is that right? How does that work?
Correct. So if I didn't sign their MOU, then they threatened to withhold my state reimbursement money, which is $108,000. That money goes towards office supplies, computers, salary, car maintenance, car mileage, and all of that to keep the office running. So it's an added income that I have lost. They have sent me a notice now that I do not get that money for 26. After that, they're threatening the BOE. Well, we just had BOE Monday, and they are looking at my forms right now, and I guess my forms go in front of the state next week. And at that point, they can order the Board of Equalization to raise the values up to the 12 to 15%. We've got a great Board of Equalization, and they're saying, no, we're not going to do that. So we're good there. After that, they said that they will get the prosecuting attorney and the attorney general to remove me from office.
Whoa.
Well, pretty sure that's another idle threat because my prosecutor says I am not going to do that to you. And I'm pretty sure our attorney general, Andrew Bailey, is not going to come down and say, hey, get out of here. You didn't raise their money. Who's going to vote for him out of Newton County after that?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just standing there and I'm just waiting to see what happens. But they have came at us already. We've already gotten a letter that for 26 we need to start looking at our values because in 27 they're coming right back at us again, and they're going to mandate another 10 to 15% increase depending on where our studies are at that point.
Oh, my goodness. It's Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins here on News Talk KZRG. We're talking about how the Missouri State Tax Commission is asking her to raise residents' tax valuations by 12%, and she is saying no. Now, Cheryl, you had talked about this reimbursement money that Newton County has now lost as a result of you refusing to raise taxes for Newton County residents. Where does that money come from? Is it reimbursed from Newton County itself?
No, it's reimbursed from the state. So the state, just like they reimburse the schools and everything, they reimburse the assessor's office also.
Okay. So basically what I'm hearing is they're saying we're not going to give you taxpayer money because you are refusing to give us taxpayer money.
Right, exactly.
Don't you just love government?
Yeah, exactly.
That is really very crazy. Now, something you had also noted previously, Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins, is that you feel Newton County is going to be fine without that $108,000.
Right. The assessors have their own assessment fund, so we get reimbursed from collections from the collector. We get a small percentage from that, but we're really good at managing our money, so I'm financially okay without getting that reimbursement. And I can go for 27 also. I don't need it. We'll be fine without that reimbursement. And that's where the problem lies with, I know a lot of people are like, well, why didn't my assessor do that? I am very fortunate. I'm blessed with commissioners who, when all of this went on and I was talking to them about it, they're like, we're behind you whatever you do. So I have commissioners who support me, and I have funding that I don't have to rely on their reimbursement. Some counties don't. Some have to have that money to survive. So they've got them over a barrel where I don't. So I'm very fortunate in that point.
Yeah. Now, Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins, if you continue hypothetically through 26, 27, 20, if you continue to refuse to raise residents' tax valuations by 12% for Newton County residents, what happens? How far does this go? Can Newton County just continue to not do that if the county doesn't need that money from the state?
If that's the only thing they hold back, then yeah, we can continue to go without that money.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're sitting good. We can do it.
Very neat, very neat. It's Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins here on News Talk KZRG. So, and that's kind of my other question I had for you, Cheryl, is what other threats could the state issue to your office, to you, or to Newton County as a whole for refusing to raise property residents' valuations?
I don't know of anything else they can do because I'm not going to let them in my office to do it themselves. And every other threat that they've made is not going to follow through. So at this point, I don't know what they got up their sleeve after this. So, but I do know we've got the senators are all on board on this, and they've all went to Kehoe, and the governor's on board, and they are all looking at a good tax reform for 26. So just keep with your governor, keep with your senators. Our House Representative Dirk Deaton's been there. They're all ready to fight as soon as they get back in session for the assessors and for the people. So we've just got to watch how that goes.
And so would the fight be about rewriting the requirements that the Missouri State Tax Commission Board has of that 90 to 100 and whatever percent?
They can't really do that because that's more of a statute. What they're looking at is a tax reform.
Okay. And what would that reform? Would it be so instead of raising it by 12%, you can only raise it by so much every year?
Exactly, yes. They will put a cap on what it can go up a year.
Mm-hmm. Now, would you, as the Newton County Assessor, be willing to raise it? You know, they want 12%. Would you do 4% over 3 years or 3% over 4 years or something to get to where they want it to be? Or are you hardlining not doing that?
If they cap that, the way that they're thinking on doing it is they will cap what you pay. So it doesn't matter what my value is. You're only going to pay 5% over what you paid last year. So I can get into compliance. I can be at 100%. And there's nothing they can do about it, and the taxes won't hurt the people.
Right, I see. So you're covered, and the Newton County residents aren't actually paying us over a certain threshold.
Exactly, yes.
It's Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins here on News Talk KZRG. Cheryl, we're up against the clock here a little bit, but is there anything else you think people should know about this pretty intriguing saga that we have here?
Just stand behind your assessor and talk to your senators and talk to your representatives and, let Governor Kehoe know how you feel and how you stand and what is your county like? Let them know. Let them, they're there for you. Talk to them.
Yeah. It's Newton County Assessor Cheryl Perkins here on News Talk KZRG. Cheryl, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning, and thanks for being willing to stand up against the state like that.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate you, Cheryl. We'll be talking to you again soon. We're sitting at a news time just after 7:20. Coming up next, we're going to take a little look at weekday weather with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. We'll cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Congratulations! You've just received your first big project as a general contractor, and it's a massive home renovation. What an opportunity! But wait, this project is huge. It's a lot of work, and that means a lot of waste to dispose of before the home is even renovation ready.
That means it's time to give Big John's Roll-Off Service a call. I'm Sid Davis.
And I'm the Big John. Alongside my dad, Sid, we want to be your source for dumpster rentals in the 4 states.
We offer flexible dumpster rental terms
prices for 10, 20, and 30-yard containers.
We also offer contractor-exclusive pricing, and we'll get it to you within 24 hours of your order.
See for yourself why Big John's has outlasted the competition since 1960.
Call 417-540-0663.
When you've got big waste, you need Big John's roll-off service.
Big on service, big on savings. Big John's.
When it comes to your home, you deserve a place where you and your family feel comfortable in every way. A place to cool down inside with a beverage after working in the yard or splitting eyes on the lake. Not a place where you're uncomfortable when you come back inside because your air conditioning can't keep up with the heat. Hi, I'm Barrett Satterley, and for over 100 years, Satterley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has helped to keep your home comfortable in every way. We've consistently served Joplin and the surrounding areas, striving to provide fair and honest assessments of necessary repairs, and if needed, a quick bid on a new system installation. As a premier Lennox dealer, if you need us again, we'll continue answering the phone because you can trust that we're nowhere near finished serving our community. For repairs, maintenance, or a brand new Lennox system, you can trust Satterley Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Get started at SatterleyPlumbing.com or call us at 417-624-3660.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Just before 7:30, we're sitting at 7:25 on News Talk KZRG. Ted Bojorquez
and Steve Scott,
and joining us live with her triumphant return, Terry Smooth.
Terry. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning. I think I should go away until maybe the fall, and it's a little bit more like pleasant weather to talk about.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Do you remember the old...
let's all go away.
Terry, do you remember the old commercial about some potato chip named Ruffles, where Ruffles have ridges?
But mainly Ruffles had flavor?
Yeah, but I mean, they say ridges, and aren't we kind of dealing with a ridge right now?
Yes, we are dealing with a ridge.
Nice segue, Steve.
Southwest Missouri, the fourth state has ridges, or it has a ridge, yes. Actually, a large part of the country is under the influence of that nasty little thing that we're calling the ridge. It is what is responsible for keeping us dry and partially responsible for the heat and humidity. And it's not just us. I mean, if Missouri loves company, we got a lot of company.
Oh, boy.
From northwest Florida and Louisiana and Texas all the way up into Wisconsin and Michigan and parts of upstate New York and even a small area of New England, there are all kinds of heat advisories and extreme heat warnings that are in effect today, and some of those will continue for the next several days.
Now, I understand that the current heat advisory goes until 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yeah.
My gut feeling, just from looking, is that it's probably going to be extended or changed to an extreme heat warning.
You know, it very well could. Right now, you're right. The National Weather Service has said, let's do this advisory until Thursday evening, and then they'll reevaluate. And part of the reason for that reevaluation is the ridge is going to ease up a little bit, and so we kind of have to reassess the temperatures and the humidity and the impact that will have. There's also the possibility of some rain, not around here so much, but to the north and maybe east of us, a little bit of rain. And so we'll have to see if some of that may make its way into closer to us. We'll see. So that's the reason that they're holding off on extending it or changing it past Thursday at this point.
Now, I understand, though, that all the way through possibly the end of July, we could get heat like this all the time.
I was looking at that, and I was like, come on, let's do something different. This is dull. But, yes, right now I see temperatures in the easily mid-90s, many days upper 90s, into the middle part of next week.
Which is the end of the month.
Correct.
Okay.
All righty. KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith, thanks for that weather update. We appreciate it.
Okay, guys, we'll talk more hot temperatures tomorrow.
Yes, indeed, Terry. Stay cool. That was meteorologist Terry Smith with that weekday weather outlook. Much appreciated. We're sitting at a news time just before 7:30. Coming up at 11, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, they'll be speaking with Kentucky Senator Rand Paul about some of the happenings in D.C. And coming up next at 7:40, the Chiefs and Royals. The saga that doesn't seem to end continues.
It seems like the decision's on the 50-yard line. It could go either way.
I mean, I don't know sports. It seems more like it's on the 50-yard line, and then the teams went home, and we're in the audience going, are you guys going to make a play? Are you going to do anything? They just keep calling timeout over and over. So
well, maybe they'll run out of timeouts sometime.
Maybe they'll run out of time and have to make a decision. But we have an update for you on that coming up next. Good morning.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Obama and Russia collusion.
Hunger in Gaza.
Colorado sheriff sued for ICE cooperation. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Heat advisory until at least 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Heading for a high 95, heat index as high as 104 today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports at 7:38. Sunshine, 72 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Columbus, 76 in Joplin, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG. President Trump says there should be serious consequences for one of his predecessors over the 2016 Russia election interference investigation.
President Trump is echoing claims from his director of national intelligence that former President Obama committed treason over the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference.
After what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard is referring evidence to the Justice Department after releasing a document she claims shows the Obama administration politicized intelligence. A spokesman for former President Obama calls the claims outrageous and bizarre, adding nothing in the document undercuts the widely accepted conclusion Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election. At the White House, Jared Halpern.
More than 100 aid and human rights groups say starvation is spreading across Gaza.
Save the Children and Médecins Sans Frontières are among the organizations who say they are sounding the alarm. They report mass starvation is spreading across Gaza and say working with Israel to distribute aid faces too many obstacles. Israel admits far fewer supplies are reaching Gazans than before, but it points to the aid agencies themselves for not getting it to the people. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says dozens have died of malnutrition in recent days. Jonathan Savage.
Colorado's Attorney General filing a suit against a sheriff's deputy. Why? For sharing information with ICE.
Colorado's Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser announcing the lawsuit against a Mesa County Sheriff's deputy, saying he violated a state law that bars state and local governments from assisting ICE with immigration enforcement efforts. Weiser said the deputy, Alexander Swink, violated state law by sharing driver's license and vehicle registration information with ICE officials, leading to the arrest of a 19-year-old student who had an expired visa. The woman was later transferred to an ICE detention center. Mesa County Sheriff's Office has declined to comment. The federal government is suing Colorado over its new immigration law. Sue Guzman.
Sunshine, 76, 733, News Talk KZRG.
Some special recognition for some local athletes. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
Volleyball players at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College are superior athletes on the field, but they're also hotshots in the classroom. Now the team has earned the America Volleyball Coaches Association Team Academic Award. They recorded an overall GPA of 3.44 for the 2024-2025 academic year. NEO Volleyball head coach Sarah Wall says they're one of only 16 NJCAA teams in the nation to earn the AVCA Team Academic Award. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
About 40% of blood donations to the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks comes from high school and college students. Michelle Teeter tells News Talk KZRG.
We do a lot of high school and college blood drives. We do usually about 2 times a year at each high school that we are in our region. But like I said, summer, they're not in school. We're not doing blood drives there. So we try to think of different ways to get the community involved and to donate. So we do some more community drives.
Joplin Boots, Badges, and Bandages Blood Drive. It'll be Friday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Joplin Public Safety Training Center located just south of the Joplin Airport. Full information at newstalkkzrg.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 76 at 735. News Talk KZRG.
Liberty Utilities wants to raise your rates by 33%. Hundreds showed up to Missouri Southern this week to express their frustration at Liberty Utilities for wanting to raise your rates. Nearly every person who stood up to the microphone simply said they cannot afford an increase of that much. Now, Liberty officials say they understand the pain it may cause your wallet, but claim they've made significant investments into projects that strengthen their system so your lights stay on. If approved by the Missouri Public Service Commission, these rates that are going to be raised would take effect early next year.
Match Game returns with Martin Short tonight as host and a star-studded panel.
Match Game is back for the first time since 2021, and this time, comedy icon Martin Short is taking over as host. It premieres at 9 Eastern on ABC. Short will also serve as executive producer. He replaces Alec Baldwin, who hosted from 2016 to 2021. Each week, 4 contestants compete for a chance to win $25,000 by matching wits with 6 celebrities in the iconic fill-in-the-blank format. The celebrity lineup includes Short's Only Murders in the Building co-stars Selena Gomez, Beanie Feldstein, and Cara Delevingne, along with familiar faces from the Baldwin era of Match Game. Michelle Polino.
Well, now with the way they do it in Match Game. Now with sports, here's Blank on News Talk KZRG.
The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Brendan Donovan doubled and drove in one in the loss. The Cardinals and Rockies wrap up play today at 2:10. You can hear that game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Hey, remember, Redbird fans, you can always enter a chance to win the Cardinals VIP Fan Experience prize package now through the 24th, with the winner being announced the following Friday. That package includes, of course, 2 field box tickets for Saturday and Sunday games against the Cubs in early August with an overnight stay in St. Louis, news.kzrg.com. That's where you can go to get all the details. The Royals lost to the Cubs as well, 6-0. Kansas City and Chicago playing at 1:20 today in Game 3 in Mid-America. The Jumpin' Outlaws cruised past Fort Smith, 14-0 in 7 innings. Joplin play in a twin ball today at Fort Smith with a 6:05 and 8:05 matchup. With sports, I'm Ted Bojorquez on News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 8 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. Will cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Clean sweep on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It's 72 with sunshine in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Webb City, 76 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 7:39.
Dr. Collins & Associates are Missouri licensed general dentists. They are not licensed in Missouri as specialists in the advertised dental specialty of prosthetics.
There's an old saying that claims patience is the companion of wisdom, and many times that's true. But not when it comes to your new dentures. You've waited long enough to eat your favorite foods. You haven't smiled with your teeth in years. The wait is over when you go with Mid-America Dental Center. They are the pioneers of same-day service, so you can walk away with your new smile the same day. No waiting for days or weeks on your dentures. No extra days off of work. You waited long enough. Get started today at midamericadental.com and learn how you can walk away with same-day dentures.
I'm Brian George, CEO of Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center, just off of I-44, exit 44, and at midamericadental.com. Changing lives and making smiles at dental centers.
Our best for less in a day at Dental Center.
Hey Sunshine, it's Morgan, your favorite nurse injector and skin expert at Oasis Salon and Day Spa. Summer's here, and while you're soaking up the sun, don't forget that your skin deserves some love too. Whether you're headed to the lake, the beach, or just out running errands, your skin is facing more heat, exposure, and buildup than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time for a professional refresh. At Oasis Salon and Day Spa, we're offering skin-boosting treatments designed to keep you glowing. From personalized facials, medical-grade skincare, to light peels and hydration support, I've got everything that you need to keep your skin smooth, bright, and protected all season long. Our IV drips are packed with vitamins, electrolytes, and skin-loving nutrients to help beat the heat, boost your energy, and give your glow a serious kickstart. Plus, I'm still offering your favorite toxin and filler treatments, just with that summer-safe glow up in mind. So if your skin's feeling dull, clogged, or just needing a little me time, come see me. I'll keep you glowing into fall. Schedule your consultation or book online at oasissalonanddayspa.com or call 417-206-9999.
We need to replace the flooring immediately. It's worn out and embarrassing.
No, the AC should take priority. It's on its last leg.
Can we do both?
How? Are you selling a kidney?
We could refinance the house.
Whoa, no way. We'll lose our good interest rate. I'd rather you sell a kidney.
You can complete all of those home improvement projects without losing your rate with Community Bank and Trust. With a home equity loan or line of credit, you can update the bathroom, do the add-on, or get that new heat and air unit without giving up your great mortgage rate. CBT has a variety of options with low costs and very competitive interest rates. Plus, they can work out payment plans that fit into your budget. See what your home's equity could do for you with a home equity loan or line of credit from Community Bank and Trust. Get started at one of the local employee-owned CBT locations or at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important, it's in our name. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 580491.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
740, Ted Bojorquez.
And Steve Scott.
AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk KZRG. Chris Plant Show joining us at 9. Sean Hannity at 2. Steve, what is our KZRG meteorologist saying the weather is going to be looking like today?
Rinse and repeat. Sunny and hot today, sunny and hot tomorrow, sunny and hot on Friday, sunny and hot on Saturday, sunny and hot on Sunday, sunny and hot on Monday, and sunny and hot on Tuesday. Now, the high today is going to be 95. Heat index could be topping out as high as 104. We do have a heat advisory in effect for the entire listening area until at the latest so far Thursday, but I suspect it may be extended or changed back to an extreme heat warning, possibly. We have to wait as we get closer to it. But again, that heat advisory is in effect until at least 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The overnight lows are going to be in the mid-70s, which means at night there's not much relief for cooling off.
All right. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that for you here on News Talk KZRG. Zimmer Storm Center app, great tool to use. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs and Royals saga. Will they stay or will they go to Kansas? That saga is making a, in my opinion, a frustratingly slow amount of progress and ramping itself up.
Yeah, it's almost like fourth and inches, and it's like it's been fourth and inches now for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, my mom used to, like in football, my mom used to say, oh, there's 7 minutes left of the game. That means they'll be done in about 45 minutes from now.
That's true because of all the penalties and everything
and all
else.
the timeouts and the blah, 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 and all that. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wait. We got to warn him. The last 2 minutes are here, so it's a 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning, and then
Gotta warn him.
And then that 2 minutes is actually in 25 minutes of commercials and all that. That's pretty much how they're operating this whole deal as well, in my opinion.
Yes.
But in any case, they're quote unquote making progress in stadium negotiations with lawmakers on both sides of the Kansas-Missouri state line, though it is still completely unclear on what they're going to do. Now, a little background here in case you're not fully up to date on the ins and outs. Basically, the Chiefs, they were recently granted an extension to an end-of-June deadline from Kansas for a financing package, which indicated that the NFL's franchise's potential move from its longtime home in Missouri might legitimately be possible because that extension was specifically requested from the team.
That is very true.
Yeah. If they had zero interest in going to Kansas, they wouldn't need an extension to the deadline. They wouldn't
Nope,
care.
They wouldn't care.
But the fact that they jumped through some hoops to get that deadline extended means they're at least considering it. Now, Missouri, Show Me State, they have countered with a funding package signed by Governor Mike Kehoe himself. This following a special session of the state legislature. Now, we're sitting at a KZRG news time of 7:45, by the way. Chiefs President Mark Donovan, he had said yesterday, quote, "We've had more meetings, more discussions. At this point, it's literally you're taking an agreement this long and whittling it down to this paragraph in this line, and we need an agreement on this, and we're doing this on both sides. You're in that process where, we're in that process where we're not sure which way it'll go," end quote. So basically he's saying, look, we're doing it, but it's literally down to the point where we're analyzing literally every single individual sentence and making sure they are written the way that is copacetic for both the team and the state, whichever state they decide to go with.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, the franchises, they are also, pursuing their deals in Missouri. That special session, that special package that Missouri offered came after that special session. The legislation on the table for the teams, it authorizes bonds covering up to 50% of the cost of a new or renovated stadium in the state, plus up to $50 million in tax credits for each stadium and unspecified aid from local governments. Now, lawmakers in Kansas, their offer is up to 70% the cost of the new stadium to be built in their state. So those are the two things that these teams are considering right now. Now, interestingly enough, Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, he acknowledged a deep and sentimental attachment to Arrowhead Stadium, which was built actually by his father and team founder, Lamar Hunt, that when he moved the franchise from Dallas. So there's an emotional commitment to the area.
Yeah.
However, also interestingly enough, when it comes to the Royals side of this conversation, they made it clear that renovations to Kauffman Stadium are not going to happen. They're done with it. Now, principal owner John Sherman, he expressed a desire for a downtown baseball and options that exist in that region. Apparently, there was some news about a month ago that an affiliate of the Royals purchased the mortgage on a large property in the southern Kansas City suburb of Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh, boy.
Raising the possibility that they might be building a new stadium and ballpark district there.
I wonder why the Royals want to split away from the Chiefs, though. It sounds like it because of even the situation in Kansas. It doesn't sound like they're going to put the ballparks together.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they, you know what it is? Maybe it's like a big brother, little brother thing. Let's be honest. At least in my mind,
Yeah.
I feel like the Chiefs have been kind of overshadowing the Royals a little bit in the public eye. I think it's sort of like one of those things where I want to be my own man.
Well, there's a reason for that. The Chiefs have been winning.
Ooh, shots fired. Sick burn, buddy.
Yeah.
Look at that. That and Taylor Swift. Not going to lie.
Well, you want to go in with Taylor Swift, huh?
No, Steve, we're not going to talk about T-Swizzle, your favorite. So anyway, curious your thoughts on this whole Chiefs-Royals thing, or really it's pro sports in general. You can always hit us up on the two-way at 417-782-1310. Two-way, of course, Steve, is slang for your cell phone. It's like a two-way convo.
Or get one of those walkie-talkies that works all across the United States.
Walkie-walkie. Steve, how's our weather today?
Sunny and hot is the weather forecast. 95 for the predicted high today. Heat index is going to be topping out as high as 104 today. So if you're going to be outside, electrolytes, water, and work in the shade or be in the shade as much as possible. That's one of the things you need to get done. Also want to mention something else going on. If you're going over in the Carl Junction area, you're probably going to be seeing a helicopter flying over in the hot weather. They're delivering air conditioners to the tops of the school. They started it yesterday, and it was supposed to have been done earlier, but the weather did not let them get it done. So in the hot weather, they're putting new air conditioners on top of the Carl Junction School District area. One other reminder, they did lower the speed limit. They lowered it from 45 to 40 right in front of the school district, and also they lowered the school speed limit during school zone time down to 30. So I got all that in, along with the weather. How about that? I'm multitasking today.
I was going to say, are you out of breath yet?
Finally.
Great. We'll just go ahead and go to the next segment.
Oh, big three? Jeez.
Gotta love
rest
it.
for the weary.
KZRG News Time, 7:50.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
A man from New York allegedly made homemade bombs, which he planned to use throughout New York City, placing them on rooftops and train tracks. Thanks to the quick work of law enforcement, they were able to arrest the threat without incident.
Number 2.
The U.S. and Japan reaching a $550 billion trade deal, which President Trump said will create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Under this agreement, Japan will open their country to trade in cars and agricultural products. They will also pay a reciprocal tariff of 15%.
Number 1.
We still don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs and the Royals will stay in the Show Me State or if they're going to hop on over into Kansas. Chiefs president Mark Donovan said the franchise has had more meetings and discussions surrounding the topic, but the ball is still in their court, he said.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on CBS canceling Colbert? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. Join the live conversation happening RN, which is slang for right now. Did you get that one, Steve?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, coming
Whatever
up.
you say.
Coming up, your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. Will cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
It's the final weekend to get out and watch your Joplin Outlaws. As they make the final push for the playoffs, you can catch fireworks on Friday night presented by Children's Miracle Network and Freeman Health System. Don't miss the mystery giveaway on Saturday from All Seasons Printing. And it's Junior Bandits and Simple Simon's Family Day on Sunday with buy one, get one tickets. So get out and root for the Outlaws at Joe Becker Stadium this weekend as they continue the playoff push. Get your tickets now at JoplinOutlaws.com.
Well, there it is. Another trying to YouTube his way through a panel change.
I thought red was positive and black was also positive.
Jack, that's not a car battery. That's 200 amps of You're Gonna Meet Jesus. Folks, I'm Daniel IPOC from IPOC Electric, and here is Jack, my daughter's boyfriend and my part-time cautionary tale.
I'm fine. It just tingles when I blink.
Listen, when it comes to electrical, don't be that guy trying to fix a breaker with a butter knife. Call a professional at IPOC Electric and Solar. We do it right the first time. Whether it's fixing mystery outlets, adding patio lights, or installing a whole backup generator so your fridge don't melt during the next storm.
And we'll leave your eyebrows right where you found them.
So unless you like the extra crispy smell floating through your house,
or you want your cousin Carl the handyman knocking out the power for the whole neighborhood, you should iPocket with iPock Electric and Solar.
Call us at 417-437-2905 or find us at ipockelectric.com. That's IPOCK electric.com.
I'm gonna run out back and get the grill started before everyone shows up.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a reservation?
Are you a maitre d' in my backyard?
Yes, sir. It's a very popular spot. So, what's the last name?
Smith?
Unfortunately, I don't see you on the list. It looks like the fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes have this area reserved for the entire summer.
Hey, it's Doug and Rory from Bug Away Pest Control. Nothing ruins the party like those pesky, biting insects.
At Bug Away, we've been fighting four-state pests for over 40 years.
And we're the only place you can get Doug and Rory's pest-free guarantee.
Swim, barbecue, and enjoy your backyard this summer without the fleas, the ticks, and the mosquitoes.
Get started at bugawaypc.com.
We do exactly what we say. We keep the bugs away.
Customer satisfaction is our number one goal at Bug Away Pest Control.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one upgrade if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Sometimes we can fix it right then and there. Sometimes you need a tow. I'm Justin with JL Mobile Truck and Trailer Repair. We now proudly offer 24/7 towing service. So if your truck is unable to be repaired roadside, we can bring it to our shop in Joplin. Plus, we can help with fuel runs, lockouts, winch outs, accidents, or recoveries. JL Mobile Truck and Trailer Repair now offers any light, medium, or heavy-duty towing. Call us at 417-438-9461 or visit jlmobilerepair.com.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips, and salsa for the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first one on the phone with the correct answer to the question at 417-782-1310. 417-782-1310. Ted, what's the question?
Today's question is, what is the biggest planet in our solar system? And no, Steve, it's not Joe Mama.
It's not.
I know. We're not second graders here. Come on.
Okay.
Show a little bit of class, my friend.
It's your mama, not Joe Mama.
What is Ted's mama? Hey, how dare you? Don't you go talking about my mama like that. Okay. What is the biggest planet in our solar system? 417-782-1310. That's the number to call. Complimentary tacos, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos. I actually saw their taco truck yesterday.
You did?
I did. Me and my friends, we were out and about, cruising around the 4 states area, and it was posted up.
Where was it at?
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember. I just went, there's Ghetto Tacos. And
I know where it normally is on Tuesdays.
Where is it usually?
It's normally on Main Street in Joplin.
That would have been around where we were, yeah.
They're about the 23rd, 24th in Maine, somewhere in that area.
What is the largest planet in our solar system? 417-782-1310. News Talk KZRG. What is your guess?
Jupiter.
That's exactly right. Jupiter, which I was told as a kid, is where boys go to get more stupider. But my sister told me that, so, you know.
That's because she wanted you to be stupider.
What do we got here?
My name is Jason.
Hey, Jason, what's your favorite radio station?
KRZK.
Close enough, we'll take it, buddy. Now, speaking of close enough, Jason, for bonus points and a crisp high five, could you guess about how many times wider Jupiter is than Earth?
Oh, I want to say probably 4 or 5 times.
Pretty good. No, not quite. 11. Jupiter is 11 times wider than Earth. And no, Steve, I see it in your eyes. No Joe Mama jokes. I know you're right on the edge of it.
No, but it needs to go on a diet. It's a little bit too big.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Jason, thanks for calling in, man. Stay on the line here for us if you don't mind. We're going to get your information in just a second here. And you, my friend, have just won a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Taco. Stay on the line here for us. Yeah, Jupiter, largest planet in our solar system, 11 times wider than Earth by diameter. And it's equatorial diameter.
Sure.
Sits at 88,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd like to see Forrest Gump try to run that back and forth.
Just think if it would have been Saturn, you could have said put a ring on it.
Oh, my. Steve, what is wrong with you today?
Yeah, it's early.
Early indeed. In fact, we're almost at 8 this beautiful Wednesday morning. It's 80 in Joplin, 77 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Neosho, 79 in the Quapaw area. Hey, coming up after the news in about 10 minutes here at 8:10, we're going to be saying goodbye to an absolute rock legend that very tragically and, in my opinion, very suddenly died just yesterday. So we're going to be getting into that. Coming up later on this morning, education funding. Trump administration cutting it. And Epstein. What the heck's going on with that? All that and a whole lot more, including the Chris Plant Show, joining us at 9. Good morning.
The Four States News, Talk, and Severe Weather Station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Marketing.
At 8 o'clock, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bohorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk, KZRG. Obama and Russia collusion. Hunger in Gaza. Colorado sheriff sued for ICE cooperation. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heat advisory until 7 tomorrow night. Heading for a high of 95. Heat index as high as 104. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith. Following sports, that'll be at 8:08. Sunshine at 75 in Neosho, 77 in Pittsburgh. It is 80 in Galena. It is 80 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. President Trump says there should be serious consequences for one of his predecessors over the 2016 Russia election interference investigation.
President Trump is echoing claims from his director of national intelligence that former President Obama committed treason over the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference.
After what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard is referring evidence to the Justice Department after releasing a document she claims shows the Obama administration politicized intelligence. A spokesman for former President Obama calls the claims outrageous and bizarre, adding nothing in the document undercuts the widely accepted conclusion Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election. At the White House, Jared Halpern.
More than 100 aid and human rights groups say that starvation is spreading across Gaza.
Save the Children and Médecins Sans Frontières are among the organizations who say they are sounding the alarm. They report mass starvation is spreading across Gaza and say working with Israel to distribute aid faces too many obstacles. Israel admits far fewer supplies are reaching Gazans than before, but it points to the aid agencies themselves for not getting it to the people. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says dozens have died of malnutrition in recent days. Jonathan Savage.
Colorado's Attorney General suing a sheriff's deputy for sharing information with ICE.
Colorado's Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser announcing the lawsuit against a Mesa County sheriff's deputy, saying he violated a state law that bars state and local governments from assisting ICE with immigration enforcement efforts. Weiser said the deputy, Alexander Swink, violated state law by sharing driver's license and vehicle registration information with ICE officials, leading to the arrest of a 19-year-old student who had an expired visa. The woman was later transferred to an ICE detention center. Mesa County Sheriff's Office has declined to comment. The federal government is suing Colorado over its new immigration law. Sue Guzman.
AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk KZRG, sunshine and 80 at 8:03.
The Missouri Supreme Court has issued a major ruling on marijuana sales.
In a 6-1 decision yesterday, the court said that cities and counties cannot stack sales taxes on marijuana products. It overturns a portion of a constitutional amendment that voters approved back in 2022, which did make recreational marijuana legal. The court again says that a city, town, or incorporated village can impose a 3% marijuana tax, but a county may only do the same if the sale happens in an unincorporated part of that area. I'm Cy Albright, News Talk KZRG.
Even though President Trump calls it a Democratic hoax, lawmakers from both sides of the aisle want answers on Jeffrey Epstein. Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt trusts the federal government's assessment.
President Trump's got a good team around him with Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. And to the extent there is information, credible information that could be released, I would certainly support that. I just don't know what's in the files.
The DOJ has asked for the release of grand jury documents in that case. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG, Sunshine 80 at 8:04.
Liberty Utilities wants to raise your rates by about 33%. Hundreds showed up to Missouri Southern this week to express their great displeasure about this proposal. Nearly everyone who stood up to the microphone simply said they can't afford such an increase. Liberty officials say they understand the pain it may cause your wallet, but they claim they've made significant investments into projects to strengthen their system so your lights stay on. If approved by the Missouri Public Service Commission, that 33% increase will take effect early next year.
Hershey Chocolates is raising chocolate prices by double digits.
Soaring cocoa costs. That's the reason the Pennsylvania-based candy maker is giving for the price hike. Increases that Hershey describes as unprecedented. Hershey is quick to add that the change is not related to tariffs or trade policies, but because of what it calls rising ingredient costs. Supply shortages are cited as the reason for rising cocoa prices over the past 2 years. Gary Baumgarten.
Now with sports, here's Ted on News Talk KZRG.
The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Brendan Donovan doubled and drove in one in the loss. The Cardinals and Rockies wrap up play today at 2:10. You can hear that game on our sister station, AM 1230, The Talker. Hey, by the way, don't forget, Redbird fans, you can enter for a chance to win the Cardinals VIP Fan Experience prize package now through the 24th, with the winner announced the following Friday. That package, including 2 field box tickets for Saturday and Sunday games against the Cubs in early August, with an overnight stay in St. Louis. For all the details, visit newstalkkzrg.com. The Royals lost to the Cubs 6-0. Kansas City and Chicago playing 1:20 today in Game 3. Meanwhile, in Mid-America action, the Jumpin' Outlaws cruised past Fort Smith 14-zip in 7 innings. Joplin plays in a twin ball today at Fort Smith with a 6:05 and 8:05 matchup. With sports, I'm Ted Bojorquez on News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service of Galena Liberty Pond. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pond at 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news, 8:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. Sunny, hot, and dry. A heat advisory until 7 o'clock tomorrow. 95 this afternoon, 104 the heat index. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. Satisfy your sweet tooth at the Sweet Bar with delectable ice cream, your favorite coffees, infused energy drinks, and more. Inside Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, where the fun never stops.
Clean sweep this morning on the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. It is 75 now in Neosho, 77 in Pittsburgh, 80 in Carl Junction, 80 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time now, 8:08.
Truck drivers, keep your wheels rolling with AFC Urgent Care Joplin. Get your DOT physical for just $95. Call 417-526-4232 to schedule and be seen within 24 hours. We're open 7 days a week, 8 to 8 weekdays, 8 to 5 weekends. Our FMCSA certified team makes it fast and easy to get your medical examiner's certificate. Families, tell your trucker. Visit afcurgentcare.com or call AFC Urgent Care Joplin today.
He's coming. Here he goes. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
My grandma used to really struggle to keep up with the dinner conversation. She couldn't hear anything. So one day she saw an ad in a magazine for a hearing aid and decided to go ahead and buy it. But she didn't wear it because she hated the way it looked and felt. So we scheduled an appointment at Mid-America Dental and Hearing Center. And it turned out that Grandma's magazine hearing aid didn't fit correctly. And it also didn't work with the type of hearing loss she had. So she got a new hearing aid, and she's back to being an important part of the dinner conversation.
Mid-America Hearing Center offers extensive testing of your hearing aid to make sure it's the right one for you. With a free hearing exam and free cognitive screening, you can find out how your hearing is affecting you and how you can improve it starting now. Mid-America Hearing Center, just off I-44 at Exit 44 and at midamericahearing.com.
Best for less. In a day, Mid-America Hearing Center.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Hot and sunny today. Ted Bojorquez.
And Steve Scott.
News Talk KZRG. Just how hot and sunny is it going to be, Steve?
It's going to be 95 for the actual high. Heat index could be as high as 104. Winds are going to be out of the south, gusting as high as 21 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight. Not much help to get rid of the heat during the daytime. It's going to be 75 for the overnight low. Sunny and hot tomorrow with a high of 97. Heat index could be in the 104, 105 range, maybe even a little bit higher tomorrow. Friday, sunny and hot with the actual high near 98. So it's going to be sunny and hot all the way through at least Tuesday during the daytime. So be prepared. Drink plenty of water. Check in on senior citizens. If you've got some that are neighbors or some relatives of yours, make sure you check on them. Make sure they've got a way of getting cool and staying cool with air conditioning or something, because it's one of those times when you need to do it.
Yeah, well, check in on everybody. Check in on your young neighbors. Check in on your older neighbors. Check in on your medium-aged neighbors. If there's a 30-year-old neighbor that might need a little help, just check in on each other.
And do not leave a child or a pet in a hot vehicle, because it gets extremely hot real quick if you leave them in it.
I mean, to be fair, what is a pet other than a fur child, if you think about it?
It is a fur baby.
Yeah, and what is a plant other than a photosynthesis baby? A photosynthesis child. So don't leave any of them.
That's true.
Don't leave any of them in hot
cars. Unless it'd be like a cactus, that might still survive, but not many plants would.
Hey, let me tell you something. I know a lot of plants that are weirdly durable. Most of them are weeds, but yeah, I suppose technically you are right. Cactuses might do somewhat fine in a hot car.
Or cacti, if you want to be plural.
I think it's cactose.
No, it's cacti.
When a cactus passes out, he goes into cactosis.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on. That was gold.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even silver.
Yeah, that was
even copper.
That was pure low-grade bronze is what that was.
Extremely.
That was nickel. Well, in any case, we're sitting at a news time before 8:15. Jokes aside, we do actually have some really, really sad news for you this morning. And that is that America, well, I guess not America, the world, I forget he's not necessarily America, the world lost a rock legend yesterday. Ozzy Osbourne, dead at the age of 76. He was the lead singer of a truly pioneering band, Black Sabbath. Now, what was legitimately shocking to me about all this was that this was, just a few weeks ago, he did his farewell show.
Yeah, he had to do it sitting down.
Yeah.
Because of a weakness.
Yeah.
From his illness.
That is as close. That's insane. That's so I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost poetic. He got his farewell tour to the planet, to the world,
and he did.
And then he did it just in time.
And he did the final concert in his hometown where it all started.
Yeah. Did you see you see those videos of it?
I saw the video of him singing in the chair, but I did not get to see anything other than just the highlights.
Yeah. What was the town again? I forget where it was.
It was in England. I don't remember the exact name of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I just remember Jason Momoa. He was there in the mosh pit. Jason Momoa was the actor that plays Aquaman. So that was kind of funny. But, you've heard him. We have a song right here for you. This is War Pigs. Dude, this is good music.
Oh, yeah.
And the mind and voice and creative spirit that brought things like this to you, unfortunately gone from this earth.
One of the things he was known for was eating bats on stage.
I think that was a one-time deal, wasn't it?
I think so, but it might have been. It was in Birmingham, England, where he had the last
Birmingham, that's what it was, yeah. So anyway, just really, really sad. It's always sad when a big-name artist like this goes, and especially as seemingly suddenly as it happened. But Ozzy Osbourne, dead.
There's one thing I'll remember from his TV show that he did very famously.
Welcome to the Osbournes or whatever?
Yeah, but the one thing I remember that it just stays in my mind, plays over and over. It's when he would say, Sharon! Calling his wife's name, trying to get her to come and help him.
Oh. Classic television. What can I say?
Classic audio, because I heard it even on the radio.
Oh, absolutely. Classic content. Who could forget the musical musings of an Ozzy Osbourne with great hits like Sharon and I'm British?
But, one of the other things that I remember was he was neighbors for a couple of years here in the United States with a crooner by the name of Pat Boone.
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually neighbors, and Pat actually did a very touching tribute to his former neighbors and Ozzy on his Facebook page. It was very, very touching, talking about some of the memories that they had.
Oh, well, that's sweet. We're sitting at a news time of 8:15. It's heartbreaking news all the way around.
It is.
Switching gears here, the Trump administration, the administration and also Trump himself, now accusing former President Barack Obama, or as Trump likes to call him, Barack Hussein Obama, of treason. Basically, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, released some documents that claim that the Obama administration was acting treasonous during the 2016 election by politicizing certain information having to do with the Russia scandal.
Oh, you mean that Russia that we kept hearing for, 3 years in a row?
Mm-hmm. Well, more than that, but yeah, that Russia.
Was when it was really pushed before they started backing off on it.
Yeah. Well, Trump went ahead and said, this is treasonous and we need to take some serious account, and somebody's really got to be held accountable for this. Now, a lot of it, my theory is a lot of this is hyperbole. Trump said he had the Obama's dead to rights, red-handed. I doubt we're going to see any actual arrests or anyone held accountable. So I think it's a little hyperbole in my opinion. And the reason I say that is because, speaking of hyperbole, Democrats now all in on hyperbole about what Trump is saying about Obama.
Well, of course.
Democratic Representative Jim Himes, I believe.
I believe it's Himes.
Himes of Connecticut. I'm not super familiar with the Connecticut's Republicans, but this guy got really popular on the internet after Trump said that they have Obama dead to rights on being a traitor to this country. Listen to what this Democrat had to say in response. Let me ask, and let me put this in your head. While you're listening to this, see if you could spot the hyperbole. All right, here it is.
Nicole, is that I'm standing in a spot that on January 6, 2021 was overrun by a violent mob intent on hanging the vice president and killing people like me. And it was all driven by a lie propagated by Donald Trump. And now we're seeing that playbook again. And my only question is, when people like Tulsi Gabbard and Donald Trump accuse an ex-president of a capital crime that is punishable by death, who is going to die? Who is going to die because they've decided that they need a distraction away from the Epstein calamity, which they brought upon themselves?
Who is going to die, Steve?
It's almost like a threat against Trump.
I don't think it's a threat against Trump. I think it's hyperbole in that they are putting together this false dichotomy that because either Trump doesn't say these and doesn't make these claims, or somebody's going to die. Those are the only options.
But to me, it comes across as a possible threat that the Secret Service should investigate, even though nothing should come from it. But I think it sounds like a threat.
To who? Obama?
Someone will die because of the way he's wording it, because Trump said it. It's almost like saying Trump might die because of it.
I feel like
that's the way I interpret it.
I think if anything, that sounds like a threat against Obama, because he said it's capital punishment, punishable by death. Who's going to die?
Then that would be saying that Obama was guilty. That'd be a Democrat saying Obama was guilty.
I'm not saying he's saying that. I'm saying if this is a threat, to me it sounds more like a threat against Obama, if it's a threat at all.
I understand how you look at it. I view it the other way.
I don't view it as a threat at all. This is just, again, ruffling up feathers. It's just getting people angry.
Yeah, big time.
Because that's all it is, oh my gosh, Trump said that someone's going to die. And also the hyperbole of him going, oh yeah, the January 6ers, they were here to hang the vice president and kill people like me. No, they weren't, dude. They were tourists. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it as it is, as I see it.
What?
January 6ers, they were tourists that were hanging out, and some of them got a little rowdy and put their feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Oh,
boo-hoo.
man.
Yeah. So this idea that they were there explicitly to kill people like him, ridiculous.
100%.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to play that clip because Trump, I think, is kind of the master of hyperbole. But just a reminder, the left does it too. And they do it in ways that are just as, I think, ridiculous. KZRG News Time, 8:20.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk, KZRG.
Number 3.
A man from New York allegedly made homemade bombs, which he planned to use throughout New York City, placing them on rooftops and train tracks. Thanks to the quick work of law enforcement, they were able to arrest the threat without incident.
Number 2.
The U.S. and Japan reaching a $550 billion trade deal, which President Trump said will create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Under this agreement, Japan will open their country to trade in cars and agricultural products. They will also pay a reciprocal tariff of 15%.
Number 1.
Yeah, we still don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs or the Kansas City Royals are going to stay in the Show Me State or hop across the border to Kansas. Chiefs President Mark Donovan said the franchise has had more meetings and discussions surrounding the topic, but the ball is in their court.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk, KZRG.
What are your thoughts on CBS canceling Colbert? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page or text us at 417-782-1310. Join the live conversation happening right now with 69 others. Nice. What are your thoughts? Coming up, we're going to hear what's going on with technology. And Kim Commando, the Chris Plant Show, joining us at 9. And Rand Paul, Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul, will be joining Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. That starts at 11 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. Will cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
Another text notification of an AceHardware.com order, son. Can't they just come in and shop?
That's the beauty of it, Dad. This is Mrs. Gable. She's ordering a whole new grill, and she lives in Kansas.
In Kansas, in my day, if they wanted a new grill, they had to drive up here, uphill, both ways, in the snow, and then figure out how to strap it to the roof of their Ford Fairlane.
Well, now, thanks to our fantastic new extended delivery radius, they don't have to do any of that. And since Mrs. Gable is an Ace Rewards member and spending over $50, her delivery is free.
Free delivery? It's only a matter of time before it's delivered by drone.
Garrison and I have been working on that, but for now, it's not just for big items like grills. Paint, plumbing, air filters, and thousands of other items are available at acehardware.com, delivered without any hassle. It's about making things easier for our customers.
I suppose it makes things easier for them. But now, back to these drones.
Okay, there's payload capacity, battery life, ground control.
Okay. For now, let's stick to delivery vans.
Modern convenience and helpful service are available at Hinkle's Ace Hardware. Visit the store or shop at acehardware.com today. Ace Rewards members receive free delivery on $50 or more to our delivery radius.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes.
This is Liberty Tree Guns, the best place to sell your firearms. Walk in with a gun, walk out with money.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes.
Liberty Tree Guns, across from Lowe's in Carthage. Or visit libertytreeguns.com to start your quote today.
We buy guns, oh yes. We buy guns, oh yes. We are the best, oh yes.
I've argued many times that Tesla misleads buyers into believing that Tesla's autopilot, as it's called, allows the driver to sit back, relax, and let the car do the work. As a former Tesla owner, I can assure you that's just not true. But don't take my word for it. I'm Kim Commando for NetSuite. Download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders right now at netsuite.com/Kim. Tesla never allows autopilot lawsuits to go to trial. They always settle out of court, except in this Miami case. The driver admits that he was wrong to look away from the road, reach down, and pick up his dropped iPhone while his Tesla was an autopilot. But he claims no one ever even hinted that while in autopilot, traveling at 62 miles an hour, his Model S would ignore and blow through 2 red flashing lights, plow through a stop sign and a T intersection, and kill a 22-year-old pedestrian without even beginning to apply the brakes. If you drive a Tesla, never trust autopilot. Never. If you don't innovate, you evaporate. I always say this, but especially when talking about my businesses. If your business can't adapt in real time, you're in a world of hurt. You need total visibility, from global shipments to real-time cash flow. That's NetSuite by Oracle, your AI-powered business management suite trusted by over 42,000 businesses. NetSuite is the #1 cloud ERP for many reasons. It brings accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, all into one suite. You have one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And with AI embedded throughout, you can automate a lot of those everyday tasks, letting your team stay strategic. NetSuite helps you know what it's costing you and how to pivot fast. If your revenues are at least in the 7 figures, download the free ebook, Navigating Global Trade, 3 Insights for Leaders at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Ted Bohorquez
and Steve Scott.
FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. The Chris Platt Show joining us at 9. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. They'll be cracking the mic at 11 here on News Talk KZRG.
Hope they fix it.
What's up?
Hope they fix it after cracking the mic.
Steve, I'm out of things to throw at you, dude.
Here's
let me just throw this look at you. And by the way,
okay,
for those listening, the look I'm going to throw at him is blue steel. You ready, Steve?
Oh, wow. It kind of reminds me of the blue screen of death on Windows.
Hey, rude. In any case, when Clay Travis and Buck Sexton join us at 11, they're going to be speaking with Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul about some of the things going on in the Trump administration. Steve, how is our weather today?
We have a heat advisory in effect until at least 7 o'clock tomorrow night. The reason why I say at least, I think they're going to be extending that heat advisory. The reason why is because the high today is going to be 95. The high tomorrow is supposed to be 97. The high on Friday is supposed to be 98. With the continued increase in humidity, that means that the heat index will be probably in the 105 to 110 range, more than likely, or at least up to around 105. So it's rinse and repeat, sunny and hot every day, at least through Tuesday, and probably all the way through most of next week. So just do your best to stay as cool as possible. Stay in air conditioning as much as you can. If you do have to be outside, drink plenty of water. Also check in on senior citizens that might be your neighbors or your relatives. And also do not, under any circumstance, leave a fur baby or a child in your vehicle with it closed.
A fur baby or a flesh baby?
That's right.
Is that a gross way to describe a kid?
Yeah, but you're gross, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, all right, fair enough. And by the way, also when it comes to fur babies, maybe consider, if you have an outdoor dog or cat, consider bringing them indoors for the next couple of days, just with this heat. Unless, of course, you don't have HVAC, in which case it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Then again, I guess there's shade indoors. So, hey, coming up after the news in about 10 minutes here, we are going to be getting into this story about education funding in this country. The Trump administration is planning on cutting it. And Donald Trump, President of the United States, has a reason why. We're going to be getting into all those details, and we're going to be hearing from him about that. That's coming up in about 10 minutes here at 8:40 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG. Obama and Russia collusion.
Hunger in Gaza.
Colorado sheriff sued for ICE cooperation. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heat advisory until at least 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Today's high 95, heat index as high as 104. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith following sports. That'll be at 8:38. Sunshine prevailing all across the 4 states. 75 in Neosho, 77 in Pittsburgh. It's 80 in Webb City, 80 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk KZRG. President Trump says there should be serious consequences for one of his predecessors over the 2016 Russia election interference investigation.
President Trump is echoing claims from his director of national intelligence that former President Obama committed treason over the 2016 investigation into Russian election interference.
After what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly.
DNI Tulsi Gabbard is referring evidence to the Justice Department after releasing a document she claims shows the Obama administration politicized intelligence. A spokesman for former President Obama calls the claims outrageous and bizarre, adding nothing in the document undercuts the widely accepted conclusion Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election. At the White House, Jared Halpern.
More than 100 aid and human rights groups say starvation is spreading across Gaza.
Save the Children and Médecins Sans Frontières are among the organizations who say they are sounding the alarm. They report mass starvation is spreading across Gaza and say working with Israel to distribute aid faces too many obstacles. Israel admits far fewer supplies are reaching Gazans than before, but it points to the aid agencies themselves for not getting it to the people. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says dozens have died of malnutrition in recent days. Jonathan Savage.
Colorado's Attorney General suing a sheriff's deputy for sharing information with ICE.
Colorado's Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser announcing the lawsuit against a Mesa County sheriff's deputy, saying he violated a state law that bars state and local governments from assisting ICE with immigration enforcement efforts. Weiser said the deputy, Alexander Swink, violated state law by sharing driver's license and vehicle registration information with ICE officials, leading to the arrest of a 19-year-old student student who had an expired visa. The woman was later transferred to an ICE detention center. Mesa County Sheriff's Office has declined to comment. The federal government is suing Colorado over its new immigration law. Sue Guzman.
Sunshine 80, it's 8:33, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
Some special recognition for some local athletes. News Talk KZRG's Steve Smith with more.
Volleyball players at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College are superior athletes on the field, but they're also hotshots in the classroom. Now the team has earned the America Volleyball Coaches Association Team Academic Award. They recorded an overall GPA of 3.44 for the 2024-2025 academic year. NEO Volleyball head coach Sarah Wall says they're one of only 16 NJCAA teams in the nation to earn the AVCA Team Academic Award. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Even though President Trump calls it a Democrat hoax, lawmakers from both sides want answers on Jeffrey Epstein. Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt trusts the federal government's assessment.
President Trump's got a good team around him with Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. And to the extent there is information, credible information that could be released, I would certainly support that. I just don't know what's in the files.
The DOJ has asked for the release of grand jury documents in that case. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Sunshine 80, it's 8:34. News Talk KZRG.
The dog days of summer continue. Joplin's Emergency Management Coordinator, Dave Holden, tells News Talk KZRG they are here to help you cool off.
We'll open up our cooling centers if there's a heat advisory for 3 consecutive days. That means the temperatures of at least 100 degrees or a heat index of at least 105 degrees are expected within the 24-hour period.
Those cooling centers are at City Hall, Athletic Center, Joplin Health Department, and the Public Safety Center. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Match Game returns with Martin Short as blank and a star-studded panel.
Match Game is back for the first time since 2021, and this time, comedy icon Martin Short is taking over as host. It premieres at 9 Eastern on ABC. Short will also serve as executive producer. He replaces Alec Baldwin, who hosted from 2016 to 2021. Each week, 4 contestants compete for a chance to win $25,000 by matching wits with 6 celebrities in the iconic fill-in-the-blank format. The celebrity lineup includes Short's Only Murders in the Building co-stars Selena Gomez, Beanie Feldstein, and Cara Delevingne, along with familiar faces from the Baldwin era of Match Game. Michelle Polino.
Now with sports, here's Ted on News Talk KZRG.
The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Brendan Donovan doubled and drove in one in the loss. The Cardinals and Rockies wrap up play today at 2:10. You can always listen to that game and all Cardinals games on our sister station, AM 1230 The Talker. Hey, remember, Redbirds fans? You can always enter to win a chance, enter for a chance, to win the Cardinals VIP Fan Experience Prize Package now through the 24th, with the winner being announced the following Friday. That package includes 2 field box tickets for Saturday and Sunday games against the Cubs in early August, with an overnight stay in St. Louis. All the details at newstalkkzrg.com. The Royals lost to the Cubs 6-0. Kansas City and Chicago play 1:20 today in Game 3. Meanwhile, in Mid-America action, the Joplin Outlaws cruised past Fort Smith 14-0 in 7 innings. Joplin plays in a twin ball today at Fort Smith with the 6:05 and 8:05 start time. With sports, I'm Ted Bojorquez on News Talk KZRG.
Your news is service of Galena Liberty Pawn. Sell your unwanted gold and silver directly to the refiner for top dollar. They also sell gold and silver bullion. Galena Liberty Pawn, 708 South Main, Galena, Kansas. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Next news at 9 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Here's KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. We'll cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter tomorrow, 97 and 98 Friday. I'm meteorologist Terry Smith in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker Radar showing no precipitation this morning. Sunshine, 75 in Neosho, 77 in Pittsburgh. It's 80 in Lamar. It's 80 in Joplin. 100 weather updates every 24 hours on News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 8:38.
Move over.
No, you move over.
Come on, it's my turn to stand in front of the freezer.
I just started my turn. I'm still sweating.
Stop hogging the freezer. I'm melting over here.
You could argue over who gets to stand in front of the freezer to cool down this summer. Or you could prepare your AC for the summer heat wave with Harris Heating and Air. Schedule a professional tune-up today and they'll clean up your system, replace or clean filters, and make sure your AC is ready to run at peak efficiency. And that keeps you cooler this summer, saves you money on energy bills, and improves the air quality in your home. Don't let the heat catch you off guard. Let Harris Heating and Air take care of your AC maintenance today.
I'm Trey Harris from Harris Heating and Air. We are an authorized Goodman dealer for both residential and commercial repairs and installations. Call us at our new Webb City location at 417-310-0132 or find us on Facebook or at harrisheatingandairllc.com. We're so confident in our work, we put our name on it. We are Harris Heating and Air, and we are ready to keep you comfortable.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
There goes Trade Show Joe. He's on a mission to shake hands and sell the thing that you make to all the places that need it. Joe is good at what he does, but Joe is slow. He's just one guy. You need to pour some gasoline on this fire. You need the equivalent of 1,000 Joes talking to everyone who's looking for your product coast to coast or around the world. At Zimmer Marketing, we're ready to take you and Joe to another level with a complete marketing strategy helping you attract buyers near and far. We can help you design a business-to-business brand from the ground up or take what's already working and put it into overdrive. Need to cast a wide net or maybe speak directly to a specific group of people? We have the tools, team, and knowledge to grow your brand. Get started at ZimmerMarketing.com. Zimmer Marketing. It just works.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
8:40. That's what time it is right now, 9. Monday through Friday is the time the Chris Plant Show begins. At 11, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, they join News Talk KZRG. And today, joining Clay Travis and Buck Sexton is Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul. They're going to be talking probably some slightly libertarian convos, because that's what Rand Paul tends to lean towards.
That's true.
Sean Hannity at 2, of course, and Mark Levin at 5. Local news at the top and bottom of every single hour, which, by the way, for non-radio folks, that means that pretty much, 102, 202, 302, we have local news. At 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, we got local news. That's what top and bottom means.
And 100 times in a day, we have weather.
More than 100.
More than 100.
Yeah, we got weather all the time. For instance, right now, we're going to mark one of those weather checks off our list. Steve, what's our weather today?
Well, we've got a heat advisory in effect for the entire listening area until at least 7 o'clock tomorrow. But after listening to the forecast from KZRG meteorologist Terry Smith, I think it's going to be extended more than likely. 95 today with the heat index. They're now saying as high as 105. Tomorrow, the actual high is going to be 97. On Friday, we're looking for a high of 98, so it's warming up even more as the weekend approaches. And the forecast basically is sunny and hot each day all the way through at least Tuesday, possibly longer. So, stay as cool as you can, stay in the shade as much as possible. Best chance is to stay cool is to get into a nice air-conditioned building and stay there.
Yeah,
as much as possible. Or a nice air-conditioned car.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
While you're driving.
All the above are options. The Zimmer Storm Center app is a great way of staying up to date with that. Steve, tell us all about the Zimmer Storm Center app, will you?
Well, the Zimmer Storm Center app, there's only one alert it does not have, and that's the TED alert. But it's got all the other alerts, including lightning strikes within a certain amount of range of your location. It also gives you all the warnings as quickly as they're released. It also has a live radar, which not a lot of apps have live radar. This one is live, so you have the very latest radar information, the same as what we have here in the studio.
Oh, yeah. It is absolutely phenomenal.
And it's free of charge. It's available at your app store. The Zimmer Storm Center app, it's great to have. I've got it on my phone, and I know that Ted looks at it first thing in the morning. It's not the first thing for me. It's the second thing.
The first thing that he looks at in the morning is a picture of me, of course.
No. The first thing I look at is the button that says snooze or shut off the alarm.
Well, I thought you were going to say something sweeter, like I look over and see my lovely, lovely Mrs. Steve laying soulfully and blissfully next to me, and I whisper sweet nothings in her ear as I kiss her forehead and say, "Good night, my sweet princess."
It's gone up by double digits. It's now sweet dimes or dimes or quarters. It's sweet double digits. Not
all right.
Nothing.
We're seeing at a news time just before 8:45. Well, the White House has plans to introduce a second rescissions package that would include cuts to education funding. Now, rescissions, very basically what that is a process in which the president or Congress can retroactively claw money that was previously approved for an agency, claw it back. So if, for instance, Congress approved that the official Steve Scott budget gets $100 million, a rescissions package would go in and amend that and say, actually, you only get $45 million for the year, something like that. Or nothing. That's what a rescissions package is. They're working on that process right now. This second rescissions package that we're reporting on this morning includes clawing money back that was previously designated to the Department of Education in this country. Now, what is kind of interesting is that this is part of a broader plan that the Trump administration has and, in fact, campaigned on very publicly, very openly, regarding trying to completely outright eliminate the Department of Education. Now, I want to play for you Donald Trump, the President of the United States, here at 8:45 in the Four States Morning. I want to play for you him discussing this decision. Now, I want to play for you the whole thing. It's about 3 minutes. It's long, so I apologize. But I think it's important that when we're talking about cutting funding to education, what his intentions are and what the goal is and his reasonality and rationale behind it is. Because it's so easy to go, oh my God, he's cutting funding to education. What a monster. But it's not random. Sometimes Trump tweets random things or Truth posts random things. But this one I don't think is random. So I want to give you the full context and I want to play it for you completely unedited. Take a listen to this.
When President Carter created the Federal Education Department in 1979, it was opposed by members of his own cabinet as well as the American Federation of Teachers, the New York Times editorial board, and the famed Democrat Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. History has proven them right, absolutely right. After 45 years, the United States spends more money on education by far than any other country, and spends likewise by far more money per pupil than any country, and it's not even close. But yet we rank near the bottom of the list in terms of success. It's an amazing stat. Those are two stats you don't want. The most money spent per pupil, and you're at the bottom of the list. And that's where we are, like it or not. And we've been there for a long time. 70% of eighth graders are not proficient in either reading or in math, 70%. 40% of fourth graders lack even basic reading skills, can't read. Students in our public elementary and middle schools score worse in reading today than when the department opened by a lot. In Baltimore, 40% of the high schools have 0 students who can do basic mathematics. not even the very simplest of mathematics. I said, give me your definition of basic. And they're talking about like adding a few numbers together. Despite these breathtaking failures, the department's discretionary budget has exploded by 600% in a very short period of time, and it employs bureaucrats in buildings all over Washington, D.C. And as a former real estate person, I will tell you, I ride through the streets of Washington and it says Department of Education, Department of Education. I said, how do you fill those buildings? It's crazy what's happened over the years. I'm pleased to report that after offering these federal employees 2 generous buyout options, and they were very generous, and they're good people, but they were very generous. My administration has initiated a reduction in force, and we're already cutting numbers that were really surprising to a lot that we were able to do it so successfully. And we've cut the number of bureaucrats in half. 50% have taken office, which is great.
What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
Well, I think he's right. You know, every time he drives down the street there in Washington, D.C., he keeps saying Department of Education on all the different buildings, and I think sometimes they have.
Oh, really? So admittedly, I haven't been to D.C., so I didn't know that.
Well, you have been to D.C.
I went to D.C. for like 12 hours.
Right, but he was talking about seeing all these buildings saying Department of Education, and he said they had to be filled with the people. Well, what are the people doing to help it? Get education taken care of.
Have you seen them? Because
I have not been to D.C. So
so you're quoting him. He says that there's a lot of buildings.
He said that.
Okay, yeah, I don't actually know how many buildings are, say, Department of Ed in D.C.
But the fact that they're trying to get rid of the department, and they are already cutting people out now, and the fact that it's not really been doing its job, get that money to the local schools, let them deal with it instead of filtering it down through the federal government.
Right. This I looked it up. This just says there are several buildings that belong to the Department of Ed in D.C.
Yeah, I was using his quote that he had in the interview.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think more a powerful argument, in my opinion, is just the stat that he issued of most money per pupil, one of the lowest ratings of education. That, to me, is a much more powerful argument than like the how many buildings there are. Right. And the reason why is because, look, at the end of the day, it's the same thing with taxpayer dollars. You can collect and spend the money all you want, but unless you're actually getting results, what are we doing? We're just spinning in circles.
And they're definitely not getting results, and especially after the COVID crisis where they shut down schools there for the period of time in different places.
And this is a stance that I think is powerful and very difficult to take in that, again, like I said before, it's so easy for the left to be like, oh my gosh, Trump hates the kids. He's defunding the schools. He must hate the kids. Well, here's the problem. If the schools and the Department of Education is not actually getting our kids educated, why do they get a raise? If they're not doing their job well, why do they get more money?
That's true.
That doesn't make sense. They should not get more money. And also, obviously, funding the schools apparently does not equate to higher test scores. So the money isn't even a part of the conversation. No. If the goal is to make sure our youngest generation is educated and can actually participate in the economy and on the world stage compete with other intelligence levels of other countries, if that's the goal, then whatever we need to do to get to that point is what we have to do. And apparently money isn't part of it because it has a lot of money. We're spending more money per pupil and having worse scores.
It depends upon what you're teaching the kids. Because like when I was a child growing up, they taught the three, they called it the 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. Now, it's not exactly the 3 R's. That was kind of a joke.
Doesn't arithmetic start with an A?
It does, but they called it arithmetic
okay.
instead of arithmetic.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
And then writing, they misspelled it. Instead of W-R, they just spelled it with the R and left out the
W. I like how I caught the arithmetic one before I caught the writing. You're right. Writing starts with a W, huh?
That is correct. But, I mean, I think that sometimes, especially in recent years, they got away from teaching the basics of what needed to be taught in education and instead was going for things that were not needing to be taught.
Yeah, they're teaching genders and they're teaching religion and this and that instead of the basics, which is just math, science, reading, all that. They're trying to teach religion. That doesn't have to do with anything. They shouldn't be teaching all the gender, all the religious, all of that. Supplemental, separate, science, math, reading, writing, period. That's all it should be. And maybe health science. I could see health science.
Teach STEM as much as you can to the people that could
technology, sure. Throw technology in there. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, you're right. Maybe it is that we're just we're testing our kids on those basics, on what we should be testing them on. Perhaps we would be ranked first if we tested them on how many genders they know.
That's true. What is it, 56, or is it up
Steve,
even higher
please,
than that?
you
now?
bigot. It's infinite.
Oh,
it's an infinite number.
Oh, okay.
Golly.
Sorry, I'm so
Get out of
stupid.
the Stone Age, boomer. Jeez. KZRG News Time, 8:50.
KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
A man from New York allegedly made homemade bombs, which he planned to use throughout New York City, placing them on rooftops and train tracks. Thanks to the quick work of law enforcement, they were able to arrest the threat without incident.
Number 2.
The U.S. and Japan reaching a $550 billion trade deal, which President Trump said will create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Under this agreement, Japan will open their country to trade in cars and agricultural products. They will also pay a reciprocal tariff of 15%.
Number 1.
We still don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs and Royals are going to be staying in the Show Me State or hopping to the county of Kansas, or the state of Kansas. Chiefs President Mark Donovan said the franchise has had more meetings and discussions surrounding the topic, but the ball is in their court.
Now, the KZRG question of the day on News Talk KZRG.
What are your thoughts on CBS canceling Colbert? Big deal, not a big deal. You care, you don't care. We want to know. KZRG's Facebook page, that's the place to go. As is this KZRG app, totally free to download in the App Store. Coming up, a look at weekday weather. That's what's coming up next. Chris Plant's going to be joining us at 9 on News Talk KZRG.
Here is your KZRG forecast. This is going to be a long stretch of sunny, hot and humid, and no rain. Heat advisory until 7 o'clock tonight. 95 this afternoon, but the heat index up around 105. We'll cool some, mid-70s tonight, but getting even hotter.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Again, sorry we weren't super talkative, but we appreciate you. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.